Mr. Hotman can't stop from each other's deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my Rushmore of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who got the 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do it wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Georgie Music. Welcome to the show. JORGMUZIK. That theme song hits harder when everyone wins over the weekend. And I don't know if you saw, Crowder, but the Miami Hurricanes won. The Miami Dolphins won. And Alejandro Solana won the Twan Russell tournament. Legitimately won the entire tournament. He's got his championship belt. If you watch our stream on YouTube, you know we stream live on YouTube. You can go to 104.3 WQAM on YouTube, and you can see a live stream of the show every day. So if you are watching on the stream, you see right now Alejandro Solana holding up the Russell Education Foundation championship belt, pickleball 2025. He's preening and posing. He's letting the world know. I shared with you guys, I even put it on Twitter, the text that I got from Twan, because we had Twan on Friday. And what did I tell him? I said, you're our eyes on the ground, man.
Yep, play by play.
We've heard this guy talk about his pickleball prowess for months, years maybe. And I said, Twan, you got to let us know. And at 12:42 on Saturday, I got a text from Twan Russell. This dude won the whole thing.
Congrats, Solana.
And I said, stop it. And he said, no lie, he was great. And I said, OMG, he's going to be insufferable. And Twan responded, it already started. So I can only imagine what was going on at the tournament. Where was it? Coconut Creek?
Coconut Creek. You know that's not me. I'm a humble winner. I would never, ever flaunt a victory. You know, I played some really tough competitors out there. All the credit in the world to the entire Twan Russell Education Foundation team. I mean, I told you guys I was going to win. What did I say?
He did.
What did I say?
He did.
You can't stop the Kindle killers. You can't stop us.
I give credit when credit is due. Yeah. I was expecting him to fall flat on his face because I'd heard all this stuff for years. And so I'll give credit when credit is due. Solana is the pickleball champion. He obviously can back it up on the court. And I guess Marty Feldman and his brother Ira Stoneberg were not the competition that they thought they would be in the finals. Twan said he looked great, and you must have. You won the championship. You got the belt. So mazel, mazel. Congratulations. Yes. You are the Russell Education Foundation pickleball champion of 2025.
Brought it home to the show, Solana. My man, pulling your weight.
I put on for the show. A lot of people out there were fans of the show, and I brought it strong. I repped the show well. Me and Hefty Lefty. I got to give Hefty Lefty a shout out. And now I hope you guys will respect not just me, but the pickleball community at large.
Well, that I don't, but I do accept your braggadocio as being legit, because I was not expecting that outcome. And man, I was planning to be all over your bleep all day today. I was expecting texts from Twan like, this dude has no movement to the left, or this dude has no movement to the right, and all he said was, you look great. You've got the belt. I stand corrected. Congratulations. You are the pickleball champion, and you represented the show well.
I mean, I'm stacking more pickleball titles.
Look at that. Crowder's showing the picture. That is Solana, Hefty Lefty, and Twan Russell. Twan still looks like he could take both your guys' heads off.
Yeah.
But there it is, the championship duo and Twan Russell.
I'm stacking more pickleball titles now in my career than Channing Crowder had regular season wins as a Miami Dolphin. I mean, that's the point that it's come to here. I don't think there's a question anymore.
Your legs are off a little bit. There is something wrong with your legs.
I don't think it's a question anymore who the most athletic person on the show is. And I'm not just talking about currently. I'm talking about all time. All time.
Oh, man.
You look like one of those kids that needs like a crane to get into your bed at night with those legs. But that's all right, man. Whatever it takes, you got the championship. I give you the credit, man. You got the dub. You got the dub.
Yeah, you do.
Jimmy, you want to congratulate him, Jimmy? He earned it.
Congrats, Solana.
What do you think of those legs there, Jimmy?
Nephew,
Crowder's holding
Jimmy.
up a picture of the legs. What do you think of those legs?
It hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
So if you get in the pool with that little chair, the little crane to swim.
We're gonna get you wet now.
Take your
We're gonna get you
shots,
wet
yeah,
now.
take your
You earned
1, 2, 3.
Take your shot.
You
That's
earned
fine.
it. No, I'm happy
Mhm.
for you. You earned it.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
talk
Solana,
about
congrats,
that
man.
today. That is cool. Then we'll talk about
Yeah,
it
it
today.
is.
So lots of winners over the weekend, and you, dear listener, have a chance to be a winner today on this show. We've been giving away Heat Warriors tickets all day long on the station. We will continue to do so till the end of our show. Just keep on listening. What is it? Heat Warriors on Wednesday?
Yeah, that's the game that was supposed to be nationally televised.
Gotcha.
It was a 7 p.m. game. It was taken off ESPN, and it's going to be a 7:30 game. We're giving away tickets every hour.
All right. So, in fact, let's give away a pair here to start the show, just for bleeps and giggles. How about that? What was your winning score?
Winning score 12-10.
12-10. So
12,
caller
12.
12 right now gets Heat Warriors tickets. How about that? Caller 12 right now in honor of Solana's championship gets Heat Warriors tickets. And you'll have a chance every hour today. 305-567-0560 is the number. 305-567-0560 is the number. Caller 12 gets a pair of Heat Warriors tickets for Wednesday night at the Kaseya Center.
And this hefty lefty, he's not hefty. I thought he'd be a big blob.
Yeah, he's in shape. He's in better shape than the both of you.
I don't think he is. I think
Yeah.
I think my back's hurting a little more this weekend from carrying old hefty lefty. I mean, he's in shape for somebody who eats a box of donuts every day, I guess.
Listen, whatever you guys are doing, you won the championship.
Yeah.
So I give you props, and I can't wait for the next tournament. Very happy for you. Dolphins game yesterday. So it touched on a little of everything we've seen and suffered through this season, in my opinion. It had maddening decisions. It had unbelievable Devon Achane play. It had emotional ups and downs, exciting moments, head-scratching moments. It was, I'm telling you, the entire season rolled up into one game. And we're going to talk about it today. I want to get your take, Crowder, on a bunch of stuff that happened. Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. And I know there are some people who are, of the opinion, they're ruining their draft chances. They're winning games. Their draft choice is plummeting. I just want to read to you what Barry Jackson tweeted. Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald tweeted this. I know some of you cannot and won't accept this, and that's fine, but I'll say it anyway. There is no evidence this franchise can overhaul everything and build a championship team. None. So why carry this delusion that if they lose enough games this year, they'll make all the right hires and signings and draft picks and become a powerhouse? So I encourage you to recalibrate your fandom. Be happy in little things like winning games and being in the hunt. The sooner you accept this reality, the less angst you will feel. And I'm with Barry Jackson. Now, you know I've always been, unless Victor Wembanyama's coming out in the draft, unless there is a game changer coming out in the draft, I don't root for my team to lose games, and I celebrate when they win games. I remember a couple weeks ago, the Buffalo game, I started on Monday by saying I didn't think the Dolphins could make me that happy on a Sunday, and they did. And yesterday morning, I mean, literally the gamut of emotions, because there were the maddening, head-scratching moments. There were the exciting moments, all courtesy of Devon Achane, in my opinion, who was just out of his mind good. But I was happy. I was happy they won. I'm happy they've put together a couple of games winning streak, and there is a legit shot that they're going to be in the Hunt graphic in a few weeks, which is funny, but it's legitimate.
Stop looking in the neighbor's yard. That's what he's saying. Just appreciate your happiness, appreciate your wins, appreciate your yard. Don't think about Tony Sperano. Don't think about Wanstead. Don't say 25 years. That's going to upset you. You are anger mongering. As a Dolphin fan, appreciate a win. It was a terrible win because that was a terrible team they beat and it took overtime to do it. But appreciate that you had more points than the other team at the end of the game. That game was boring as hell and terrible. Two terrible teams playing football.
We're going to talk about it all day long. Clay Ferraro is going to join us to talk about it also. So let's do a quick look at the headlines here, brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
So the Dolphins win, and they are currently the 11th seed in the AFC. They're behind the Baltimore Ravens, who improved to 5-5. Their schedule is cake over the next couple of weeks. The Dolphins get a bye, and then they're going to play, speaking of cake, couple teams that we're going to feel confident in them, just like we were going into yesterday's game, to go win.
I'm telling you, steel yourself for seeing the Dolphins logo in the Hunt graphic.
Yeah.
Saints and Jets, by the way, are those two teams. So 4-0 in their last four. It seems likely. It seems probable at this point.
Hoch, you're doing what you're looking into you're looking in the playoff yard. Stay in our yard. Just beat the Jets. Let's just have more points than the Jets. That would make you happy day to day.
I'm thrilled. I'm not doing that. What Barry Jackson was saying was, for those of you who are rooting for them to lose because you want them to get a higher draft pick, there's no proof that they're going to find success with a higher draft pick. So just enjoy the wins. That's what I do. I've been blamed myriad times by listeners and texters and tweeters. Oh, you sound like an idiot. You're celebrating a meaningless win. I like when they win. I don't like when they lose. And to Barry Jackson's point, if you think them losing out and getting, say, the third overall draft pick is a guarantee of them turning things around, Barry Jackson's saying it's not. Look at their past history. There's no proof that they'd be able to turn it around. So enjoy a little victory when you get one.
He was also saying, I read the entire column, there's no proof that the Dolphins are going to hire the right people at the end of the season anyways, because Stephen Ross literally has never hired the right people. So
that's what he's saying. Like, hey, there's no proof that they know how to build from the bottom up. There's no proof they know how to build from the top down. So when you get a win, enjoy it. And if you can't enjoy a win, Barry said, recalibrate your fandom.
And there's no locks in the draft. Kyler Murray. Listen, we could go through quarterbacks all day that are just guys that are good players. Tua might fall in that category. Starting NFL quarterback. Don't see him as a Super Bowl champion. Let's just win week. Like every coach says, be 1-0 that week. If you could fandom at 1-0 that week, that would make you a lot happier fan. Let's not think about OG catching a touchdown against the Jags in '99. That's a waste of energy.
But I do the only counterpoint to this to me is that you risk getting fooled by this roster again and this head coach, which I do think could end up happening here.
Sure.
Because I'm still in the camp. I'm rooting for them to win. I was happy they won yesterday. I celebrated the win because to me, it has more to do with who you select rather than where you're selecting, unless there's, as Crowder mentioned, there's no Andrew Luck. Those aren't the guys that are coming out this year. So I'm fine with the Dolphins winning games here. But if it means they're in the hunt at the end of the season and that entices Stephen Ross to consider keeping McDaniel, Tua, and maybe Chan Kelly and just status quo again next season, that does scare me a little bit.
But what Barry Jackson's point is that if he cleans house, there's no proof through history that he's going to bring the right people in. So what's the difference? Just enjoy a win when it comes and be miserable during losses.
But Hawk, but to be honest, and Barry, I'm gonna call you out too. If nothing changes, it's a guaranteed status quo. You might make the wrong decision. You might make the wrong decision, but if it stays the same, you're sitting where you're at.
I believe, having watched them the entirety of this season and seen numerous opportunities where it would have been incredibly justified for Stephen Ross to fire Mike McDaniel, and he did not take those opportunities. And I don't think it's money with Stephen Ross. I don't think he says to himself, oh, I gave him a contract extension, I don't want to eat that money. I don't think that there's enough money in the world that would stop Stephen Ross from trying to field what he believes is a winning team. I believe Mike McDaniel is going to be the head coach next season. The way that this season is going, I think Mike McDaniel is going to be the head coach next season. I think Champ Kelly is probably going to be the general manager next season. I think Tua is going to be the quarterback. I think Jalen Waddle is going to be wide receiver 1. I think Devon Achane is going to be your offense. And I think slight changes will be made.
So you're expecting status quo.
The reason is I think they're going to string together enough wins here at the end of the season to get fooled. By the way, don't yell at me. I'm not telling you I would make that decision. Okay? I'm telling you what I think is going to end up happening. I think Stephen Ross, again, he has had so many justifiable opportunities this season to get rid of Mike McDaniel, and he has resisted it every time. Why has he resisted it? He likes him.
He likes him.
He trusts him. And so I believe if they rattle off enough positive-looking, I shouldn't even say positive looking because I don't think yesterday was that positive looking. But if they just rattle off enough dubs by the end of the season that it wasn't a cataclysmically embarrassing season, which it was at the beginning, then Stephen Ross can say, you know what? This group of guys never lost faith in the coach who I have faith in, which proves to me that I'm on the right track with this guy and I'm willing to wait it out. Again, there's a lot that can happen. How many games have we played? What are they? 3 and
no, they're
4
they're 3 and 8 now.
3 and no
4 and 7.
4 and 7.
4 and 7.
All right, so there's 6 games left. They could theoretically end 10 and 7. They could theoretically end. No.
They could end 10 and 7, but they're gonna win 8 straight 10 this season.
I'm just saying, theoretically, high end, they could end 10 and 7. And then there's no question he's coming back.
Well, then they're a playoff.
If they go 10 and 7 and make the playoffs, yes, he might be coach of the year.
But they theoretically could end what? 8 and 9? Is that enough to save his job after starting the way they started? I think it might be. And again, it's not the decision that I would make. I'm talking, what does Stephen Ross need to see?
You need to see them whoop bad teams and beat good teams because that's what you have to do to be a good team. If they beat the Jets and the Saints, I don't give a damn what the score is. That doesn't save his job. You're beating teams that the Jets flat out showed you they're trying to get bad, and the Saints have nobody at quarterback.
Are you speaking for yourself or are you speaking as Stephen Ross?
I'm speaking as Stephen Ross. If anybody knows football around him, say, Steve, don't look at Jets and Saints wins as big wins because they're not. And this Commanders win was not a big win, even though we traveled overseas and made all the hoopla about it. That was a terrible team beating a terrible team. 16-13 in overtime against the Commanders with Marcus Mariota at quarterback. They put Josh Johnson in. Josh Johnson's 116 years old.
All right, wrap up the headlines because I don't have enough time with Clay. But I want you to understand, I'm thinking from Stephen Ross's perspective.
Yes.
In other words, you've seen so many opportunities this season where it would have been, so easy to fire Mike McDaniel. They looked unprepared. They looked like they didn't belong on an NFL field. He could have fired him then. He has chosen not to every single time.
How about a soft rebuild? Because Tua can't go anywhere. Tua's earned $55 million next year. If they cut him, it's $99 million against the cap. They can't get rid of Tua. I've gathered that from a number of people. You keep Tua around one more year, therefore you keep McDaniel around, and you try to rebuild around them knowing that you're getting rid of their ass, because I don't think Tua McDaniel is going to go to the playoffs. If they do, they're not going to win the game. A soft rebuild.
I do find this interesting. Somebody puts on the chat on YouTube, beat New England and Tampa Bay. Those are your litmus test for his job. We're moving the goalposts because it was Buffalo for a while, and they played Buffalo really tough, and then they beat Buffalo. But now that's no longer the litmus test. Now you've got to beat New England and Tampa. You guys are moving the goalposts. I'm just telling you.
I would want to say, look at the next 6 games. And it can't be the Jets. No, it can't be the Jets Saints wins, Hawk. It got to be I don't think they have a chance in hell to beat the Patriots, but that's just me or the Bucs.
We didn't think they had a chance in hell to beat Buffalo, and they did.
No, I'm with you. But if they do, it has to be an impressive run of games, not the damn Saints and New Orleans. American Heritage probably can beat the damn Jets.
Well, I'm sticking with my point since the beginning here. To me, it was a combination of Greer, McDaniel, Tua. I want a major overhaul of this entire organization. I do.
Everybody does.
And unless this team finishes the season going 10-7, gets into the playoffs and wins a playoff game, then I am sticking to my guns.
I'm telling you, I believe everyone is in agreement, me included. Yeah. But I don't think Stephen Ross is in agreement. That's all I'm saying. Let's wrap up headlines because I don't have enough time with Clay.
All right, just your local stuff. The Panthers did lose to the Lightning over the weekend. They're going to play the Canucks tonight. That's a 7 p.m. game. That game's on AM 560. The Heat got their asses handed to them by Landry Shamet, who had 36 points. I've never been more upset at somebody named Landry before my entire life.
Well, then you didn't grow up watching Dallas Cowboys football in the 70s with Tom Landry. He was taking it to everybody.
The Heat play the Knicks again tonight. Bam and Tyler practiced yesterday. Their returns are imminent,
all right,
but they're not playing tonight.
Okay.
Brunson and your boy, you called him OG
Obi-Wan
Kenobi.
Yeah.
He's out tonight, Crowder.
All right.
Oh, I like him.
The Hurricanes did blow out NC State. We'll see what their ranking is tomorrow. Canes Hoops lost to UF yesterday. First loss of the season for Jay Lucas. And I have to give.
Don't pretend like you're watching Gator basketball.
I saw the box score.
I have to give a shout out to my FIU Panthers who won their homecoming game. They beat Liberty.
Oh,
it was genuinely a great game and meaningful for Willie Simmons, the new head coach. I'll tell you guys about it later. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is cloudy, but sunny at the same time, and
I don't know if that's possible.
It's in the 80s.
I think it's called partly cloudy. I think there's a name for that.
Yeah, they have coined a phrase.
I'm sorry.
Called partly cloudy.
Sorry. I've got my championship belt. Nothing I say can be wrong with this thing.
Well, you've had a few already.
That's sponsored by ChillZone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
It's that time of year. Opening day of championship meet at Gulfstream Park is around the corner. Champions return to Gulfstream Thursday, November 27th for opening day of championship meet, where the world's greatest jockeys, trainers, and thoroughbreds compete for glory every Thursday through Sunday. Whether you're enjoying the races, premium trackside dining at 10 Palms, or catching every race in Silk simulcast room, or standing front row on the apron against the rail there, you'll feel the power, passion, and excitement of championship meet. And the weather is beautiful. Make a plan to spend a day at Gulfstream Park soon. Gulfstream Park offers the hottest slots and electronic table games and combines the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing in one electrifying destination. And again, opening day of championship meet is Thanksgiving Day, Thursday the 27th. Elevate your Thanksgiving Day with a unique and thrilling experience in 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. Gather your family, friends for an incredible spread at 10 Palms while you watch a full day of live racing. And there's so much coming up at Gulfstream Park. The annual wall calendar giveaway is Friday, December 5th. You can celebrate New Year's Eve at 10 Palms. Make reservations now. It's not too early to start thinking about it. Get tickets now for the ultimate New Year's Eve celebration. Ticket includes premium, endless dining, live band and DJ, party favors, photo booth, midnight champagne toast, and more. And believe it or not, the Pegasus World Cup tickets are on sale right now. Get all the details on all that at gulfstreampark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have a package
Corn
of
dog.
frozen corn dogs in my freezer right now as we speak.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. All right. Before we get to Clay Ferraro from Local 10, college football fans, come see the College Football National Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper when it makes a special stop tomorrow at the Publix at 1285 Coral Ridge Drive in Coral Springs, Hollywood. From the Joe Rose Show in the morning. We'll be there from noon till 2, and you can take a picture with the trophy. If you can't make it tomorrow, you can head to the Publix at 5950 Coral Ridge Drive in Coral Springs Wednesday from noon till 2. And fans of all ages are invited, sharing the excitement and pride of college football for this special limited appearance. Clay Ferraro from Local 10 is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch this season is Caneswear in Davie, or online at caneswear.com. Clay, we were just having a conversation earlier today about Mike McDaniel and his odds to return as the Dolphins head coach. Let's say they start to get things together as they've done. And again, we're not talking about what our opinion is. It's what do you think Stephen Ross is going to do? Because my contention to Crowder and Solana was Stephen Ross had a number of opportunities to fire him already this season that were really justifiable, and he never did. And so I think if they continue to go on and win games like they did yesterday, I think there's a good chance Stephen Ross brings them back.
I think that's a great way to put it, because I think, the conversation is it's multiple layers to this. It's should he? That's a different discussion than will he.
Right.
And I agree with you as far as having been given the opportunity to do this. It's very clear that he believes in McDaniel and wants to see this through. My opinion on this is let the GM make the decision. I can't stand this idea that you're going to hire somebody to run your football operations, but then you're going to say, yeah, I'm going to let you do everything except you can't pick the most important person under you in the organization. Like that to me just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So now with that said, Champ Kelly's in the building. He's interim general manager. And if there's something right there where it's like, hey, we love what Champ is doing. Champ loves Mike McDaniel, and this is going to work really well. And Champ wants to work with McDaniel, and that's what you do moving forward. Then I'm fine with all of that. But I've never liked the idea that you force anybody on a GM, and it kind of feels like that's what the Dolphins have had a problem with historically. When you would have a GM, like you'd have Mike Tannenbaum come in, when you have Dennis Hickey, and it's just like this whole just get one person in charge of the organization and let them make the decisions.
And Clay, to that point, I'll be honest, I totally agree with you. Let's have a clean slate, open a new playbook, just brand new pages. But if Champ Kelly's not the guy, or if you make Champ Kelly the long term, if he does get the job, do you keep McDaniel around and let the new GM fire him, or do you fire Mike McDaniel and then announce the GM with the clean slate?
It kind of feels to me like those are conversations you already have, right? So what I would not do is go interview a GM and say, hey, I'm going to offer you the job as long as you keep Mike McDaniel as head coach. So I would do the interview with the GM. I would have known in advance kind of what that conversation is going to be. And if I were the owner of the team, I would not fire him. I would say, I am bringing in this person to run the organization. This person is making the decision. This person is firing him if that's what ultimately ends up happening. And this person is hiring the new head coach because this person is in charge, and I am trusting that person to make the most important decisions on the football side of this organization.
Clay, we've seen quick turnarounds before in the NFL. I mean, there's a lot of examples, right? The Patriots are one right now that I think you can point to and say, hey, you don't necessarily have to gut your entire team from top to bottom, even after losing an established head coach, maybe the best ever with Bill Belichick. But in your opinion, I mean, we've been watching, I think, the bright spot of them winning these games, some of the young players on the team. And I think there has been growth internally from some of the young dynamic players. In your opinion, I mean, are the Dolphins capable of a quick rebuild or a quick turnaround in a season or two if they bring in the right GM? Or do you feel how I feel, which is, like there needs to be a major overhaul here from top to bottom with most of the roster?
It's the quarterback. Like, if you're going to make a quick decision or excuse me, a quick turnaround, it's got to be the quarterback. And no, you're not capable of making a quick turnaround with Tua Tagovailoa as the quarterback. And it's not a matter of like, hey, Tua is terrible. It is when you get down on the goal line, and I'm glad you brought up the Patriots example with Drake May. Drake May has two things that Tua does not have. Well, three, honestly, but the two biggest ones are size, height, and then number two, he's got the mobility. He's got the ability to move around and make plays. And when you get down in the red zone, and let's say you're inside the 5-yard line, what are the two things this season that in separate press conferences, Tua himself has already told us that he cannot do? Number one, he can't see over the line. And number two, he can't move like he used to at Alabama. I'm sorry, but when you get down on the goal line, you need to have the ability to either see over the line to make those plays or navigate through traffic to open up some extra passing windows. So to me, if you're going to make the big leap and you're using New England specifically as an example, I don't know if the odds are still what they were last week, but last week Drake May was tied for the lead in gambling odds for MVP. That's the big difference. You need a quarterback. So if you bring in a GM and that GM all of a sudden, like, you end up with a high draft pick or something and you strike gold and Fernando Mendoza comes in and is great, whatever. I'm throwing out a whole bunch of stuff. If the quarterback comes in, then yeah, I could see a world where you do make a quick turnaround. But the flip side of that is every single team in the NFL thinks the exact same thing. How do we get the quarterback? How do we get the guy in here who can change everything? And it's that position. And right now the Dolphins don't have it.
This is a terrible celebration so far of yesterday's Dolphins win. But I want to ask another probing question that may result in more conversation that doesn't sound like a celebration. What did you make of Mike McDaniel going for a touchdown at the end and not kicking the sure thing field goal?
Oh, man, I mean, it's a completely different conversation today if Washington doesn't miss that field goal. I mean, and how many times have we seen teams winning games this season on 55-plus yard field goals? And so, no, it was a horrendous decision, and it was validated to be a horrendous decision by the fact that Washington ended up getting in field goal range and had a chance to win that game in regulation. Yeah, they were bailed out. Now, I will say, I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth with this team because I think there were times earlier in the season where this team found ways to lose games when it felt like they were doing some other things right. And then you criticize them for losing those games and you look at the end result. So they did find a way to win. Jack Jones did find a way to make a play.
Jack Jones.
But you got to separate that from, oh my goodness, you're on the goal line and you're going up against a backup quarterback. Force Marcus Mariota to have to drive down just to send that game into overtime, given the situation with no timeouts and all of that.
And Clay, something else we were talking about earlier with, and Hoch was saying, I don't know if this is irrational, but like as a Dolphin fan, to be honest, we haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. Can you tell a fan, like, just appreciate the next 7 days and stop thinking about, like, even what we're talking about? We're talking about draft picks and tanking and all that stuff. Like, are we being irrational if we're talking about, hey, we're going to be in the playoff hunt if we beat the Jets and the Saints in the next 2 weeks? Like, should we even go that far as a Dolphin fan right now?
I enjoy it for what it is. I mean, what else are you going to do? I mean, you can't even get on the mock drafts right now because if you do end up beating two bad teams in a row, then you're probably pushing yourself out of range of having a top 10 pick. So, no, I don't think it's irrational. I do think that, especially when you look around at the AFC, there is an opportunity that if you win some of these games, I don't know what's happening with Kansas City. There is an opportunity. Yes, Is it irrational? Maybe, but what else do you have right now? What rational world do you live in where you look at the rest of this season and it's like, yeah, you know what? If we do X, Y, so let's get irrational. Let's give fans something to have fun with and get on the playoff predictor and figure out what happens if they win out and what help they need.
But I almost think there's something to be said for like, hey, we didn't know at the beginning of the season that you could have an entire offense run through Devon Achane. Like you didn't know he was going to be that guy. And you've learned that as the season has gone on. And maybe because Tyreek has been out as well, you've been forced to find that out. But he seems to be the kind of guy, literally the kind of guy that you can run an offense through. The defense seems to have been finding itself more week after week after week. I saw Juju Brents is going to be out for the season, though. That was kind of a bummer because he had a good game a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Is there something to be said, Clay, that maybe they do have some pieces? I know you're down on Tua as being the quarterback who could lead you to the next place, but if you know that you're going to run the offense through Devon Achane, you know the defense has picked up its game a little bit, it becomes more fixable, doesn't it, quickly?
Well, it does, but I also think you're looking at this, and it's two different conversations. Like, we're talking about the rest of this season, the outlook. Like, can you win out, or if you finish 9-8, is there a world where between tiebreakers and all of that, like that's to Channing's question, like rational versus irrational. So much has to happen in order for you to win out. But if you're a fan, like, yeah, hold on to that. You got to have fun. These seasons are not very long. You only got a few months to enjoy the games. And when you're still alive, may as well enjoy them for what they are. Now, as far as projecting running an offense through Devon Achane and things like that, yeah, absolutely. When he's healthy, and I think if you could go back in time, if Mike McDaniel could go back in time, he'd probably do things a bit differently and run it more through Devon Achane, and then have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle be able to kind of supplement that with the big plays. Yeah, maybe you stumbled by accident onto what should have been the blueprint from the beginning of the season, and yet at the same time, this is kind of where you are. And moving forward, again, yeah, maybe this is the blueprint for you to potentially fight for the last wild card spot or something. But then you look at the rest of the division, and Patriots have that dude. The Bills have that dude. And, that's who you're going to have to fight against to win the AFC East moving forward. And I don't think you're there.
Why does this not feel like Victory Monday?
They barely beat a terrible team.
It doesn't, because you guys are asking the long-term questions.
I know, but it's not even what I'm talking about even during this segment. It's like the chat on the YouTube stream and the text on the text line and the tweets that are coming in. For whatever reason, this doesn't feel like they're in the middle of their longest winning streak of the season and a Victory Monday. It's a very odd feeling going on here.
Well, but then I think also if you're being objective about this, you scored 13 points in regulation against the worst defense in the NFL yards per play yesterday.
Thanks, Debbie Downer. Can't we just enjoy a victory like Barry Jackson has instructed everyone to do?
I appreciate it, realistic Reggie. I appreciate it.
But no, I'm not. I think you do enjoy it for what it is, and yeah. But I do think it doesn't. If you're asking me long-term questions, if you're asking me what does this mean relative, so I'm going to answer the questions as they're asked. But no, I think you enjoy it for what it is. Like I'm at my kid's school right now. My wife teaches here, and they're able to wear Dolphins stuff today. That's the Victory Monday thing. Yeah. Like it's cool. Enjoy that. Like embrace that.
Like you say, the season doesn't last very long, so enjoy the dubs when you get them. Clay Ferraro, watch him on Local 10. We appreciate the time, Clay.
All right, fellas, take care.
There you go, Clay Ferraro. Hey, Hard Rock Bet. What? You're gonna put more salt on the
No. I'm just you did because you said Debbie Downer and I said realistic Reggie. I thought that was clever. That was
I didn't hear it. Debbie Downer, is a Saturday Night Live skit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just the same.
Reggie is just a guy you created, like
I created him off the hip, baby.
I do like realistic Reggie, though.
It's kind of fire.
Yeah. All right. Hard Rock Bet. Everyone is invited to this party. It doesn't matter who you are. Your name is on the list for Hard Rock Bet's season-long celebration. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets, a winning bet and a boosted bankroll. That's how you get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. Not sure what to place your first bet on? Open up the Hard Rock Bet app, and you can see what everyone else is betting today. The top trending props, like who's going to score a touchdown, the most bet parlays, whether bettors love an underdog. Follow the money on the Hard Rock Bet app, and you can tail any bet in just a couple of taps. Touchdowns win games. They win bets too. Pick your favorite playmaker to find the end zone in Week 12 on the Hard Rock Bet app. And if the player you pick gets sidelined in the first half, you're not out of the game. With injury insurance, you'll get your bet back as a bonus bet. Light the lamp all season long with Hard Rock Bet, the official sports book of the Florida Panthers. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. That's a welcome offer fit for back-to-back champs. One Hard Rock bettor, one Hard Rock player, turned a $15 parlay into an $843,000 mega win. That is insane. And if you want to see more wins like that, because they put them out there on social media, if you want to see more wins like that, follow at Hard Rock Bet on social media. Make sure you download the app today. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm just saying that I'm Hoch. We talk Tua. Hoch Tua. Now it feels like a victory Monday. Come on. Here we go. Don't forget, we've got Heat tickets every hour. We have been giving away Heat tickets every hour on the station today. Heat Warriors on Wednesday. We've already given away a pair in the 2 o'clock hour. We're just starting the 3 o'clock hour. So sometime this hour, another pair of Heat Warriors tickets for Wednesday at the Kaseya Center will be given away. So I didn't tell you guys. So this is how Mike McDaniel not kicking the field goal at the end of the game benefited me personally. I was 4 for 4 yesterday, by the way, betting. I had Devon Achane rushing over, Devon Achane receiving over. I had Dolphins -2.5, and I had Josh Giddey last night over 20.5 points. For one of the better gambling days that I've had in a long time.
He was sending us a lot of green yesterday, Crowder. A lot.
It was one of the better days that I've had gambling in a long time. Now, admittedly, I don't think I had a win in 6 weeks prior to yesterday, but whatever. As Barry Jackson suggests you do with the Dolphins, you enjoy the winning days when you get them. You don't put all the other weight of the world on yourself. But so I had Achane rushing over, receiving over, Dolphins -2.5. So he hits the rushing over, no problem. I think it was like 80 maybe. Hits the rushing over, no problem. He's about 10 yards short on the receiving over. So they get down to the 1 yard line, and I'm like, okay, I'll go 2 for 3. They kick the field goal, they'll cover the 2.5, and I'll go 2 for 3. And instead, they don't. The ball, goes to Washington, and then it comes back. Tua gets the ball. Dolphins get the ball back after the missed field goal with what? 4 seconds on the clock?
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And so you go, they're going to throw a Hail Mary maybe and see what happens. They don't. The middle of the field is wide open, of course. He dumps it off to Devon Achane. Devon Achane runs for 20 yards. I hit the receiving over on this BS Tua. I can't throw it far enough to do a Hail Mary, and they don't really have it. I mean, you can't do the lateral play because the lateral play always turns into points for the other team.
For sure.
Yeah.
So he just dumps it off to Devon Achane, probably to stroke both their numbers, but it ends up hitting the Achane receiving over for me on that play. I was the happiest guy on that play, watching that play. I'm like, oh my God, run! He's just running down the middle of the field. No one's around him. And then they go ahead and they win the game. And I cashed all 3 tickets. Delightful. Would you have gone for it on that 4th down, or would you have kicked the field goal?
Field goal. That was so dumb. Just put points on the board. You're choking them to death for 4 quarters. They're not going to drive the length of the field. And if they tie it, then y'all are still tied. Because if you don't make that 4th, you're tied. Like it would. I think he's playing with house money right now and trying to prove something, but that was a very dumb decision.
How about this? Speaking of trying to prove something, you're hired because you think unlike any other head coach. You act unlike any other head coach. You're creative. You're a new breed of head coach. He's one of the few, I think, who goes for it in that situation. He's one of the few. And is he saying to himself, you know what? We've got 3 wins on the season. We're not going anywhere. We're in Spain. I don't want overtime. We killed Mario Cristobal for playing for overtime in that SMU game, right? And Mike McDaniel thinking to himself, I'm not playing for overtime. It would have given them, what, a minute and a half to get into field goal range to
Yeah, so there was exactly 1:44 left on
so
the
they kicked the field goal. You're giving Washington a minute and a half just to get a field goal to tie the game. And I wonder if Mike McDaniel's thinking to himself, you know what? I'm going to be criticized as a 3-win team being 1 yard away from really putting this thing on ice because they're not in a minute and a half with Marcus Mariota going all the way downfield and scoring a touchdown. Ain't happening. We've watched them today. It ain't happening. So let me just salt it away here. Now, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And like Clay said, Today would have been a completely different show if they didn't come out of there with a dub. But could you justify it thinking it that way with Mike McDaniel? That, hey, you know what? We're overseas. The eyes of the football world are watching because it's the only game on. Let me hammer this ball into the end zone, and we'll get out of here with a dub. And we did it like men. We didn't kick a field goal, and let's get out of here.
I can totally see what you're saying and him that to be in his mind. If they were 7-3, not 3-7, he kicks that field goal. He kicks the field goal. We're proving we're gonna, I'm gonna stop them. So the same thought of
every win counts at 7-3 because you're in a tough division.
Yeah. So like I said, it's 4-7 or 3-8. Who cares? I think it's more on the line. But to be honest, Dan Campbell, he goes for it a lot, and it bit him in the butt against the Eagles last night.
Yep.
Because he got stopped on the goal line twice, I believe.
But he's the man's man coach that everybody wants. It. Dan Campbell says we go for it. We bite ankles. We go for it. If we're that close to the goal line, we're going to go for it. I just wonder. I'm not telling you that I would have made that call. I was out of my mind crazed that they were going for it. I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it. It hadn't even really entered my consciousness that they were actually going to go for it.
And I'll tell you another thing, too. If it's a 34-34 game, go for the touchdown because y'all's offenses are eating.
Right.
You're sitting at 13-13. Y'all ain't getting it. Before that Devon Achane pass that got you your money, Tua was, 13 of 19 for 150 yards? Like, they're not doing crap on offense.
Not only that, I like a coach that says, I trust my team. I think he was sending his team a message.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about how he hasn't lost the locker room. Hey, I trust you guys. Go make this play. Offensive line, everybody's bleeping on you all season. I trust you. Go make this play. But he has to know his offensive line's not capable of making that play. We all know it. If the Dolphins' offensive line this season was more productive in that short yardage situation, I would say I like the decision. They're not good at converting those plays. Historically, in the Mike McDaniel era, they're the worst team at converting fourth and short plays. I mean, that's a fact. So I didn't like it because of that. If it was a different situation and you've shown that you've been able to convert that play, I'm with you. You trust your team. You say, we're going to go win the game because I like that mentality.
If you're Philly, you've got the tush push. It never fails, except last night when it failed.
But the Dolphins can't make that play. And even earlier in the game, they failed to convert that type of play. It was silly. Like, I'm cool with saying, hey, this guy's got nothing to lose. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him. That was dumb. And even though it worked out, it was dumb.
Do you know what play would have waltzed into the end zone untouched?
And it would have cashed my half yard over for that play.
I agree with you.
I mean, literally, if you've got Tua naked boots somewhere on the play call sheet, that was the situation that you are waiting for.
Yep.
There is no one on earth that thinks there's going to be a naked bootleg for Tua in that situation. He waltzes into the end zone untouched.
He'd have ran all the way to the oldest restaurant in the world.
Sign
really
Tim Tebow for the jump pass or something. Like, do something.
Or how about run a wildcat? Like, line Tua up to the outside. Now, again, this borders, though, where people go, oh, you got cutesy when you just need to jam it up the middle. Like, people always like to play the other side if it doesn't work. But if they broke the huddle, Tua lines up wide at wide receiver. Ollie Gordon and Devon Achane are back there. One of them is going to get the snap. You don't know what's going on. Maybe something like that.
No, because they yesterday, I think they did this, but maybe not. Just bring in Brunskill. You know how they're doing this, the extra offensive linemen?
Yep.
Instead of putting him on the actual offensive line, let Greg Dulcich line up as your 6 offensive linemen and just put Brunskill as the fullback. And direct snap it to Ollie Gordon or to Devon Achane, whoever. Jalen Wright, I don't care. And just set up a formation where the quarterback's out of the effing picture. Tua's literally, if they're not even going to do the naked boot there, Hawk,
They will never.
Okay.
Right. They will never.
Then
Never.
having a wildcat formation with Tua on the field is worthless because he's not getting the ball. He's not even a decoy. They're not putting him in a situation to be reckless, which is what the wildcat does with a quarterback out in the open field.
No, but I would put him out wide, and then have him run sideways.
But he's
out
not
of bounds.
He's not a decoy.
But that'll shake it up.
They don't even have to put somebody over there.
But people can't even believe what they're seeing, and it just they start looking. You freeze the defense because he runs right to the sideline.
Crowder, put Alec Ingold, put Devon Achane or Ollie Gordon, and put Brunskill all lined up next to one another, and just have those two lead. And at the very least, you have two guys who are going to put their heads and their face masks into people in front of them because the offensive line can't create any push at the line of scrimmage.
On one of those, on the goal that goal last out one point when Kinlaw slapped Julian Hill in the side of the head and just grabbed Achane and his whole head was wrapped up in the guy's bicep. Why are you putting the ball behind the tight end? To your point. Put Brunskill there. Put some big dudes on big dudes because they could not block Kinlaw on short yardage. But knowing defenses, guys, and I know it sounds crazy and y'all were BSing, if Tua goes and lines up at wide receiver, a human being from the other defense has to go out there with him. They have to. You cannot leave a dude standing there by himself.
It's true. And then watch what happens when he runs straight for the sideline. That guy, that guy's out of the game.
Crowder, Andy Reid could cover Tua Tagovailoa as a receiver. Andy Reid could cover him.
Solana. So now Andy's at corner, and you only have 10 guys in the box on my 10 guys. I think I want to win that battle.
Man, look at what RC is wearing. And where are they tonight?
They're in Las Vegas.
That's right. Vegas and Dallas tonight. RC is wearing, looks like a leather sport coat. I don't know if that's a long coat or a sport coat, but it is leather. I gotta that they'll go back to him after the commercial.
He's dressed like Catwoman.
It kind of. Kind of.
Hey, Hoch, did you see people defending that play yesterday? Because I see some people in the chat
Joe
defending it.
Joe Shad did an entire column defending the play.
I don't understand it. And look, I genuinely like aggressiveness.
Because
it's
that's
stupid.
But that's the thing. Well, it's not stupid. I mean, even someone in the chat was saying they're 13 of 13 in scoring situations in I think this season, scoring situations when it's something and goal, first and goal or whatever. I think they're 13 of 13 this year. So based on percentages, but you have a pretty good chance of getting that ball in the end zone. The only thing that I would take issue with was the actual play call, because that's really the only thing that they're going to go out there and try to defend, right? I think Washington at that point is saying, all right, if they run it up the middle, that's where we're going to defend it. If they get cutesy and they beat us in some cutesy fashion, the Philly or whatever, well, what are you going to do? So I would take issue with the play call more than the decision. Again, I put points on the board in that situation, but also I understand where Mike McDaniel is coming from. He's a guy who has shown you time and time again. He leans towards going for it in most situations. And as Crowder said, there's RC's jacket. He's got like a bolo tie from like 2025, though. It doesn't look like an old, Native American bolo tie. It looks more like a Star Trek bolo tie. And he's got a leather jacket on. You got to see this outfit, man. And it's 3:15 in the afternoon. So it's what, 12:15 there in Vegas?
12:15.
Like, this isn't his prime time outfit. This is just something he threw on for the afternoon.
This is the warm up, the tracksuit.
This is something he just threw on for the afternoon.
He's changing for the game tonight.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I just say, as Mike McDaniel, a guy who's known to go for it, and believes, as Crowder said, in his team, and maybe that is another way to show the locker room, like, hey, I've still got your back because you've got my back, and let's go out there and do this thing. Like, but if that doesn't work and Washington does go kick a field goal or even wins it in overtime.
Well, they're lucky that Matt Gay sucks.
Understood. I'm
saying lucky. He doesn't have Riley Patterson range.
If it doesn't turn out the way that it turns out, it is possible that Mike McDaniel loses his job after that game because there's a bye week. Like, it is possible that the decision is considered at that point to be so egregiously dumb that he doesn't even get to coach another game.
Which is why I don't understand it. And by the way, the AP put this out yesterday. That was only the second time since 2000 that a team went for it instead of kicking a field goal on 4th and goal from the 1 with the score tied inside of 2 minutes.
But that's why you hired Mike McDaniel.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
A guy who thinks outside the box. Remember the offense he was running with Deebo Samuel? It was like, this guy thinks outside the box. He doesn't run offenses like others, and so ostensibly he won't run a team like others. He's a new age guy. I'm telling you, this is why he was hired.
Outside the box, that's dumb. Outside the box is the shovel passes. Outside the box is the no-look stuff that he was throwing to Tyreek a couple years ago. That's what we hired him. We didn't hire him to make bad football decisions, Hawk. That was a bad football decision. For Solana to say that we talk about the Andy Reids, we talk about the Belichicks, we talk about the Harbaughs, we talk about the respected Hall of Fame coaches. For them to never make that decision and him to make it is not outside the box, Hawk. It's silly. It's just damn silly.
Or their P words.
Professionals.
All right, let's do headlines here so we can talk some more Dolphins and Canes and give away some Heat Warriors tickets this hour as well. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
You guys saw who was on the elevator today?
It was HN, yeah?
No. Who?
Jack Jones.
Oh, it was Jack Jones? Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
Huge, man. That was huge.
Yeah.
That was my guy.
Hey, since when did Country Roads become the
Anthem
for NFL fans outside the United States?
seems to be an international anthem. They use it a lot at NHL games as well. NHL outdoor games always does a Country Roads.
I'm not complaining, by the way.
Yeah.
Love that song. That might be my
Yeah.
go-to karaoke song currently. It changes, it varies.
Yeah.
But when did that get adopted by the international fan base?
I don't know. It's a good sing-along song. Very American. Take me home, country roads,
No.
to the place
I
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
Those are the real words.
I think, yeah.
Well, you got it.
West
back
Virginia.
but yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Take me home, country
No,
roads.
It's
Country
country roads. Take me home.
Yeah, you're right.
It says West Virginia Mountain Mama.
Yeah.
Like a woman in West Virginia?
I don't know. However you define a mountain mama. I don't know.
I've never listened to the words. I heard that.
I don't think about lyrics at all. I just sing them.
That's America's anthem in Spain.
Well,
Come on,
everywhere,
man.
all the
international
London games,
It's a
they sing
great
that
sing-along.
song. Like
Yeah.
every time there's an international NFL game, that song goes viral. Like people posting the video of the entire crowd
Let's
singing.
give it to DBJ. There's 2 games left.
I think we have.
We have?
Yeah, I mean, we'll give it to him again. Who cares?
I think we should go with apple bottom jeans.
Take me. Apple bottom jeans, the flurb with the derb.
I think that's a catchier song.
How about the game balls, gentlemen? And I get it. You guys have to keep your agenda moving here, your narrative moving.
No, Riley Patterson deserved a game ball.
Well, no, but I mean, it's 3:20. We've done an hour and 20 minutes of the show yet. Neither of you have mentioned the MVP from last night's game or yesterday's game.
He wasn't the
in
MVP.
Riley Patterson. He was the MVP.
He was not the MVP.
I mean, it's not even close.
Devon
He was the
Achane was
MVP.
the MVP by a mile, as always.
Yeah.
They couldn't even kick a 1-yard field goal because they didn't trust Riley Patterson.
I mean, he hit the game-winning field goal and had more points than anybody else. Again,
he's been a baller. He has. There's no question. You got your pickleball championship. You got Riley Patterson. I mean, you got a couple that you can lean on for the next couple of months.
Rolling,
Yeah.
Solana.
I feel good about that Riley Patterson one. I mean, Mike McDaniel was fired up, but he did give him out So not everybody got a game ball.
I loved it. I actually loved his post-game speech.
Yeah.
I loved the way he gave out the game balls. I loved the Jack Jones chant at the end of that. Everything was great. It's really fun. It was a win. I know we're picking it apart and we haven't celebrated it really for an hour and 20 minutes on the program, but man, it was fun yesterday. Last 2 weeks have been fun.
When your quarterback throws for 150 in the entire game, you need you a field goal kicker, brothers.
That's true.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying they didn't look good. I mean, the Commanders suck.
They did not look good.
Sucks.
It was shocking to me because the line at 2.5 was shocking to me. I didn't understand from everything we heard from Josh Appel on down. Anyone who told you about the Commanders, even when they started the broadcast. I mean, I watched a lot of the pregame. I mean, I tuned out of the TV pregame to hear the porpoise props.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had to make sure I got a nice text from Crowder giving me a heads up, porpoise props time. But yeah, I mean, they were talking about how depleted Washington was. So I thought the line was faulty. I didn't understand the Dolphins only being favored by 2.5. And then I watched the game and I said, these are two bad teams. These are two bad teams. So but again, it was still a win. I mean, they based on the way this season was going, they had every reason not to come out of there with a dub. No. They did.
I do love that Spain is a country where, I mean, people go to stadiums and they watch somebody fight a live bull and he'll stick a sword right through. It's a very gruesome sport. And they have a tradition where they're running from a live bull. People jump into a stage area and run away from a bull. And then the best the NFL can do.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, but the best the NFL can do is send that slop fest we saw yesterday.
You seem to be confusing with a bullfight with the running of the bulls.
Well, I think they do both, and I was trying to describe
they do,
both.
but you kind of which one are you talking about? Because fans don't jump onto a stage and run from a bull. It's in the streets of Pamplona.
Right. People jump into the street, and it's like all barricaded.
Yeah, everybody
off.
knows what the running of the bulls is.
Well, I wasn't sure if you did.
Well, we did until you started explaining it in such a hammy fashion that no one knew what you were talking about.
And Solana, you think the bullfights, they stab the bull in the heart and it dies in the ring?
I've been to a bullfight.
They don't stab it in the heart.
They don't stab it in the heart.
From the back of the neck down. Well, I've seen it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowder, I was
there. But you know why they stab?
You know
why they stab it in the shoulders?
No, I don't.
That's to prevent the bull from being able to go like that. It breaks the tendon, so when their head is down, they're not able to grab and go up.
Wow. I didn't realize you were such an expert on this.
I didn't realize you were such an idiot.
Oh, my goodness. There's actually bulls in the streets and people are running.
Well, he said it as if it was just like a weekend occurrence. It was like, in Spain, they just run from bulls down a street. And I'm like, no, it's kind of a big thing, the running of the bulls in Pamplona.
Just trust me on this one, all right? But I just think it's funny that the best that the Madrid fan base got, or the city of Madrid got, was that game. Like,
oh, I mean, some of these international games that have been exported this season have been brutal.
Don't attack the NFL, though, because the Commanders went to the NFC Championship last year, and the Dolphins were supposed to be this revolutionary offense. They thought they had one.
Take a picture of RC for you. Hold on.
It's a Prada bolo tie.
It is great. I'm going to text you. I'll just show it to everybody who's watching on the stream right now because I just took the picture. Here's RC. Look at this.
Yeah, he does a little too much at times.
He does try to. He does have a look. I mean, that looks like Star Trek to me.
It's so funny when we do the podcast. Be like, hey, what y'all wearing for, whoever? What y'all wearing for the, the guard of the Buccaneers? I'm just throwing a pivot shirt. Hey, what you wearing for Steve Harvey? Oh, I got this Gucci belt and these Gucci pants and the Prada shoes. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to just wear the same clothes I've worn for 4 years.
I just looked up how much that Prada bolo tie costs.
Yeah.
You guys want to guess? Over or under Well, just guess.
I'm
What
gonna
do you
guess
think?
$1,200.
I was gonna say $1,000.
$600.
Should have bought 2.
Tell you something else if y'all didn't know. RC is not struggling financially.
No, I know, but I mean, it seems silly because it doesn't even look good. If we're being honest. I mean,
Yeah, he does well.
He's got a
I
look.
don't pick up many dinners. I'll say that much.
Yeah, but you don't pick up dinners around me.
Just gonna say Hawk pays for all my meals in Miami anyway.
Hey, Hawk, how do you feel about this? The other day after McDonald's, after we got our McRibs, Crowder and I met at the gas station right next door. He was gonna grab 1,000 calories in candy, and I was there to get a whey protein shake,
Sure.
and a water.
Yeah.
And we walk up to the counter together, and I pull out my wallet, and he didn't offer to pay for me. How do you feel about that?
Did you pay for his stuff?
I didn't, but I would have. But he started talking to the counter guy. I was trying to put me down with the counter guy.
This is the guy who makes fun of me for talking to the lady at Whataburger, wherever we go, but he does the same thing.
Yeah, he was trying to set me up on a date, and I just had to get out of it. Right? I couldn't deal with it anymore. But, I mean,
I walk up behind him and I was like, "Hey, he's a cutie, ain't he?" And the guy's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. But I mean, listen, I can pay for my own protein shake and water, but it was like $4.
Right.
He didn't even offer. He played in the NFL.
Yeah. Crowder should have paid for your stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. As a grown man,
Yeah.
he has a dog, a house.
Yeah, you gotta pay.
Yeah. Jimmy knows.
I do know.
Yeah.
Jimmy can't pay because he spent all his money on Costco hats over the past 2 months.
Damn straight.
He walks into Costco. They're like, "There's the hat guy."
Guy, new shipment, sir.
They're still there, by the way.
You better go get some more.
No, it's the same colors.
Oh God. Anything else?
I didn't even think about paying for. I didn't even fathom paying for your food. I just wanted to make fun of you.
Well, I was gonna pay for Crowder, but Hawk, he spends $73 on candy.
Right,
and
ridiculous.
Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey
look
man,
at
who
this.
can give up on double bubble? I get every double bubble they have. I don't see it very often.
Weird Al's Bigger and Weirder 2026 tour is coming to Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Weren't we talking about going to see Weird Al?
No, you were talking about going to see Weird Al. We were just impressed at how much you knew about Weird Al.
I think we should take a little show field trip, see Weird Al together. Who's in for Weird Al?
I got SARS.
You guys wouldn't want to go see
SARS.
Weird Al?
I
SARS
inhaled
still
too many.
around?
I inhaled too many of these
Sure,
mold
why not?
spores at home, man. So I'm pretty much out of the game.
Well, it's
for a
not until
while.
2026.
Oh man. Oh, I know they gutted you for that mold stuff, Solana. What did they hit you for? About 2,000, 3,000?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
And I don't think they actually. I don't think we talked about the company, so I feel free talking about this. I don't think they did anything. They just painted over the mold. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I told you should have used an insurance adjuster.
Yeah.
You'll get everything paid for by your insurance. I swear by my insurance adjuster.
Where do I find that number?
I'm in. Let's roll, Hawk. Look at that. I got someone who wants to go to Weird Al with me.
You, Jimmy, and Saint Double K.
Let's do it.
Go, Jimmy.
Don't wear that hat.
That's his Barcelona hat, right?
Real Madrid hat.
Real Madrid.
How dare you?
Look at that. He's celebrating Victory Monday and Spain.
Yep. Well, they played. That's the home of Real Madrid, the Santiago Bernabeu.
Bernabeu.
Oh man. Solana and Omar Kelly on Dolphins pregame talking about Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid or whatever. It was 45 minutes.
No, I mean this is my wheelhouse.
Well,
Like,
how Omar doesn't know about any of that.
nothing.
Yeah.
So Solana,
But
you know what Solana
scared.
had to do? Well, let me explain this to you because it's not exactly the Yankees and the
and then
Mets.
the explanation is just so long-winded. He just has to show you everything that he thinks he knows.
Established in 73, actually. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, but like Omar's in Spain and he's like, oh, I didn't know they call it American football. And then today on with Joe Rose, he's like, I didn't know there was different types of Spanish speakers. And it's just like, dude, where do you live? Do you guys not live in South Florida? Do you not live in Miami?
Yeah.
I realize I'm Latino, but how do
Yeah.
you not know that people speak different types of Spanish or different iterations of Spanish in different parts of the world?
Dialect.
But it's like English speakers. There's different English speakers in different parts of the world. It's the same thing.
I even know
Hello.
that.
Jimmy even knows.
Cheerio.
The Heat play the Knicks tonight, 7:30. Bam and Tyler out.
All right.
The Panthers play the Canucks tonight, 7 p.m.
All right.
The Grey Cup was yesterday.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed that.
Congrats to the Saskatchewan Roughriders who beat the Montreal Alouettes 25-17.
I had no idea. Who was the halftime performer? I'm always fascinated because there's always a Canadian artist. One year it was Carly Rae Jepsen. One year it was Gordon Lightfoot, the late, great Gordon Lightfoot. Who was...
Oh, I did see this.
Because it's always like, it's, what we expect from the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's a $12 million production. And I always get a kick out of the Grey Cup halftime show, which, is like a high school production.
Well, it was not a Canadian.
No?
It was not.
Who was it?
Weird Al.
What?
MGK.
Really?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Why?
I don't know. I don't understand the appeal to Machine Gun Kelly. Dude's weird. And I don't think he's a talented artist either, so I don't know.
He's got a vibe. He's more of a vibe guy.
Yeah, it's like a grunge aura now. He's turned into a rocker. He used to be a rapper. Now he's a rocker.
You sure he was the Grey Cup halftime show?
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm reading it right now.
He has no ties to Canada?
I just looked it up. Is MGK Canadian? He is not Canadian, and he is married or was married to
like one of the Kardashians or something.
No, Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who's last year's performer at the Grey Cup?
Last year was the Jonas Brothers.
Well, they're not Canadian, are they?
Oh.
They're virgins.
No. I think that was
all of them.
That was well, first of all, I think they're all married.
That doesn't mean anything.
You don't have to consummate the marriage.
No, one of them is actually divorced.
Yeah, he was married to
the girl from
Game of Thrones. Yeah. Damn, I forgot her name.
Narrer Sarcerian.
No, not Cersei Targaryen.
Oh.
Stark. Yeah, it was the Jonas Brothers last year. Green Day in 2023.
So I guess they're not doing Canadian acts anymore.
I think you made that up.
Yeah. Well, why was Carly Rae Jepsen there?
They said a pre-game they had Our Lady Peace, which is a Canadian rock band, and then they had Machine Gun Kelly at halftime. So they did have a little Canada sprinkled in.
Yeah, and I don't see Carly Rae Jepsen anywhere on this list of people who performed. Carly Rae Jepsen performed. Oh my God, dude! Carly Rae Jepsen performed in 2012 at the Grey Cup.
Yeah, I had a watch party.
That was 14 years ago.
Yeah. What's your point? Well, I mean, why would you have Carly Rae Jepsen today? She hasn't had a hit in 14 years.
Right, but Carly Rae Jepsen, Justin Bieber, Gordon Lightfoot, and
all
Mariana
Canadians.
Trench all performed at the 100-year anniversary of the Grey Cup.
That's probably where I got it confused. For the 100th anniversary, it was all Canadian artists.
Right, yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
It's been 13 years since then, and since then, you've had Imagine Dragons.
Imagine Dragons, they're not Canadian.
Fall Out Boy,
Not
One Republic, Shania Twain.
She's Canadian.
Shania Twain's Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Keith Urban. He's not Canadian.
He's Australian.
What?
Keith Urban?
He's not from like Tennessee or something?
Pretty sure he's Australian.
He's a country music singer.
He's Australian. Australian has a lot of outback. I don't know if it like Australians are country, like they're cowboys.
Right, but country music is American, is it not?
He was born in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So he's not Australian.
No, he is Aussie.
He's from New Zealand. It's a different country, Hawk.
But he has citizenship there.
Yeah, if you go to Wikipedia, Keith Urban is an Australian country singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Yeah. But I think Australia and Canada have some sort of reciprocity.
They're so close.
All right. Well, your weather right now in South Florida, it's in the 80s, partly cloudy. Sponsored by ChillZone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. That is fascinating. Keith Urban
Shania Twain
is Canadian. Keith Urban is Australian.
Yeah, look
I mean,
at you.
Who knew?
And they don't just run down the streets with bulls in Spain. There's an actual event, and it's kind of choreographed. Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game. We got to give away another pair of Heat tickets, and we'll do it at the beginning of the next segment, so make sure you're listening. Cheetah Pompano, great spot to watch a game or a fight. HD TVs throughout the club, VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. That lunch at Cheetah Pompano is so good. It's a menu. They don't just throw a bunch of food out on a table. You order off a menu, and it is an extensive menu, and they have an excellent chef, and they make really good food. And then, of course, college, pro football, girls, and beer. What's better? Every Sunday and then Monday night, you can enjoy hundreds of beautiful, exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Watch all the games live while you enjoy the coldest beer in town. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Get details on the website, cheetahsofl.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I used to spray paint raccoons and see if they come back in my yard after I catch them.
It's a great move. a river. Legendary. John Denver. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama,
Mountain Mama.
take me home, country road. All right, this is going to be a quick segment, but you understand why we had to go over the list of Grey Cup halftime performers, I'm sure. I've been telling you about Eric Nunez's award-winning team at Doral Hyundai, the number one Hyundai store. They've got the North Miami store moved up to the top at number 2. So you've got the number 1 and number 2 highest volume Hyundai stores. It's where everyone is buying their Hyundais because they simply sell for less. They have thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced below their competitors. No one has more in stock and no one sells for less, period. So if you're in the market for a vehicle of any type, why pay more, save money, and pay less at Doral Hyundai and North Miami Hyundai? And what do we always say? Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, their lowest price. A couple of housekeeping moments. College football fans, come see the College Football National Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper when it makes a special stop tomorrow at the Publix at 1285 Coral Ridge Drive in Coral Springs. Hollywood from the Joe Rose Show will be there from noon till 2 tomorrow, and you can take a picture with the trophy. And, I mean, you're at Publix, so you can pick up some Dr. Pepper while you're there. You can get a cash pop. You can do whatever you want. You're at Publix. Who doesn't get some popcorn chicken?
Get a cash pop.
Yeah, you get yourself a cash pop. I mean, time of your life. If you can't make it tomorrow, head to the Publix at 5950 Coral Ridge Drive in Coral Springs on Wednesday from noon till 2. Fans of all ages are invited. You can share in the excitement and pride of college football for this special limited appearance. So there are a couple things I want to talk about when we get to the 4 o'clock hour and the final couple hours of the program. I have from USA Today 3 overreactions from the Dolphins win yesterday. And you can determine, Crowder, whether they are actually overreactions or whether they're steeped in reality, because there's a little bit of a debate with them. I also have grades, stock up and stock down from yesterday's game. There's a lot of, conflicting opinions on Mike McDaniel going for the touchdown at the end of the game, and that's fine. There should be, because that is not the common decision. He made the decision. That is not the common decision. So it's something, again, that can be debated in a much more fun fashion because they ended up getting out of there with the win. But man, if you're my feeling is this: if you were a Mike McDaniel detractor, and there are many of them right now, that was all you needed to see, win or loss, to push you over the edge of this guy makes the wrong decisions that could potentially cost them a game. If you're a Mike McDaniel apologist, of which there are some, including Stephen Ross, who's the most important one, you might look at it and say, that's why he's there, because he thinks outside the box. Anyway, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all this stuff in the 4 o'clock hour. Let me give away these Heat tickets, and then Crowder can tell you about QC Kinetics. Then we can take a quick break, and then we can come back and get into all this stuff in the 4 and 5 o'clock hour. We've been giving away Heat Warriors tickets all day on this radio station, and we will continue to do so on our show. So let's give away a pair of tickets here for the 3 o'clock hour Heat Warriors Wednesday at the Kaseya Center. What caller number would you like to take, Crowder?
16 for the booming 16 points the Dolphins scored.
Caller 16, because count them up. 1, 2, all the way to 16. They couldn't stop scoring against Washington. Caller 16, 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller 16 gets the Heat Warriors tickets. Oh, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler will be in town Wednesday. Is he going to be playing?
I don't think he's going to play.
Really? Will he make the trip?
Yeah, well, they play Tuesday night in Orlando.
Ah.
Wednesday, second night of a back-to-back against the Heat. I think ESPN knows he's not going to play,
which is why they
pulled
bailed
the
on the game. All right, makes sense.
Mm.
4 o'clock hour is coming up. Caller 16 will get the Heat tickets, 305-567-0560.
If y'all are going day to day with chronic pain, I've been telling y'all you have to go to QC Kinetics. Their doctors are standing by to show you how your own body can treat that pain. And I'm telling you, it is new. You don't need drugs or surgery. Doctors been writing scripts for years. Surgeons go to school forever to become surgeons to do surgery. You need to look into regenerative medicine. And QC Kinetics, they're at the forefront of this nationwide innovative chronic pain relieving treatment system. I got help when I broke my heels. They wanted to put me in cast. They told me I've been in a wheelchair for months. I went to QC Kinetics. They gave me the PRP shots. I had the healing lasers, 2 treatments. I was back playing with the kids, basketball with Ava, running around with Chaz, working out with Lil Chan. I'm telling you, it's not just me. Thousands have been helped by QC Kinetics, and I want you to go find out what they can do for you. You don't have to take drugs. You don't have to have surgery. Look in regenerative medicine, and QC is the best. Make a call today. Call QC Kinetics. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436. Tell them I sent you down there, and your consultation's absolutely free, and you will receive $500 off your first treatment. They are opening new offices. The newest one is 701 Southeast 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. They are expanding because it worked. It worked for me. I'm telling you, go down and get a free consultation. See what they can do for that pain that's been messing with you for years, the arthritis, the tendon pain, the joint pain. Call QC Kinetics today. Make that appointment. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Jimmy, you know how to make a hot tea?
No, I do not.
You know the ingredients of tea.
Water.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop exceptional Cadillac offers now at the 3-time Cadillac Dealer of the Year, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. You're always backed by Morse.
Following their game in Spain, the Dolphins are on a bye this week, and so is Game Day Uncensored. We'll be back to get you ready for the Fins' next game when they host the Saints in Week 13 on FM 104.3 WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. See you then.
Traffic on WQAM is sponsored by Lexus of Kendall and Lexus of West Kendall. Your home for the best price on luxury. Now featuring the all-new Lexus TX 3-row SUV. In stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Slowing down in Dayton on the westbound Dolphin from 95 to 57th Ave and northbound at the Palmetto 25th Street to 74th Street. Crash in Broward County, southbound at the Sawgrass right before the exit for Coral Ridge Drive, and that's going to take the right lane. I'm Gia, and that's traffic on FM 104.
All right. I got a lot of stuff to get to here. So let me try to get to it all. On this day in 1989, Harlem Nights was released. No, but I'm going to get into Dolphin stuff. But that is a legendary movie.
Yeah, I like it.
Excellent movie. Let's do 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored. It's brought to you by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models for a limited time. Learn more at Lexus.com. Here's what I was telling you. This is from USA Today. 3 overreactions from the Dolphins win. You tell me if it's an overreaction or if it feels more like reality to you. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
They right. As Miami improves to 4-7, here are the 3 overreactions. Number 1, the Dolphins are one of the NFL's hottest teams. I didn't even get to the
sorry.
explanation.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
It's crazy to say, but the Dolphins have now won 3 of 4 and suddenly seem to be on a bit of a roll. And don't look now, but Miami faces winnable opponents in its next 2 games. The Dolphins will enjoy a Week 12 bye. They don't play this weekend. Then they host New Orleans, 2-8, and then travel to the Jets, 2-8. Win each of those games, and Miami would be at 6-7 and would close at Pittsburgh, 5-4, Cincinnati, 3-6, then Tampa, 6-3, New England, 9-2. Could this Dolphins squad rally back from the dead and seriously enter the AFC wildcard discussion? It's a long road still to travel, but with winnable games in the immediate future, it just might wind up Miami's reality.
Are they getting better on the weaker end of their schedule? Yes, but to call them hot, I think that's the headline threw me off.
One of the hottest teams in the NFL.
That they're not one of the hottest. There's nobody thinking about the NFL saying, who, them Dolphins are balling, boy. It's just not happening. Can they won 3 or 4? Can they win the next 3? Yes. Yes, they're not good teams. Will they beat the Saints 17-13 in the fourth quarter? And I'm not impressed by that. Can they score 30 points, which they need to, which I was expecting them to this season? I would need, you know what? I'm looking for style points. I'm not going to lie. I don't want just a win. I don't want a 16-13 win over a depleted middle school team, which the Commanders was. They can't be hot because they're not that good.
I want to have that take, and I want to say, hey, there's nothing impressive about the Dolphins beating the Commanders 16-13, and there's not. But they beat the Buffalo Bills.
Boom.
2 weeks ago. I'm just saying we have to keep the same energy, right, Crowder? Because I am with you. Big picture, I don't think there's a good football team. But if we're going to say there's nothing impressive about them beating the Commanders, which is true, then we have to say, but there is something impressive about them beating the Buffalo Bills and not squeaking by.
No, they
hammered over the Bills.
They hammered them.
And then this week, Buffalo went out and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which we all 3 of us believe, I'll include Jimmy, the 4 of us believe are legitimate, I don't want to say Super Bowl contenders, but a playoff team. So if we're gonna celebrate the Bills beating them, then we have to celebrate the Dolphins beating the Bills.
But how far back do you want to go? Can we go to the ass whooping at the Ravens or the ass whooping at the Browns?
No.
Or are we talking about in the last month?
One of the hottest teams currently. They've won 3 of their last 4, so we're going 4 games, and we're including, obviously, Buffalo in that.
Yes, the Buffalo win was a very impressive win, and how they did it. It's exactly what I was asking for. Score 30 and beat a good team. That's what I wanted to see. And like you say, Hawk, I don't want to move the bar and say, okay, now you got to beat New England. You got to beat Tampa. But I think those are the next 2 teams on the schedule that would make me say they're a hot team.
Number 2 in USA Today. Overreaction or closer to reality. Miami's defense won this game. The Dolphins' defense came up big on Sunday. Much maligned throughout 2025. Miami bent but didn't break on Sunday from Spain. From Washington's first series forward, Miami came up with key stops. On that opening Commanders possession, Miami saw Washington drive down to the Dolphins' 2-yard line, but Minkah Fitzpatrick and Jordan Brooks combined for a key tackle for loss that forced the Commanders to settle for a field goal. Happy birthday today, Minkah Fitzpatrick, by the way. Midway through the fourth quarter, Miami came up with the late goal line stand and turnover on downs. Then the Dolphins defense bailed its offense out in the final moments of regulation, forcing a 56-yard Matt Gay field goal try that was no good. And of course, Dolphins cornerback Jack Jones.
Ooh.
Jack Jones came up with the play of the day when he intercepted Marcus Mariota to put Miami in position to win with a walk-off field goal in overtime.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
We can go back to Buffalo in this one, fellas. Josh Allen had 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins choked him to damn death. The defense is figuring it out. Holding a team to 13 points is special. Scoring 16 is not. But holding them to 13, let's get back on the positive, is. So, yes, the defense is playing well.
What could have been had Storm Duck stayed healthy this year, Hoch?
I called it.
I mean, what could have been?
I called it. Jack Jones has had 2 of the biggest plays in the entire Dolphin season.
People thought Hoch was crazy when he said there would be the next Sam and Pat. And, man, what could have been after this Commanders win had Storm Duck stayed healthy all season?
Hey, you're joking, and I'm telling you, Jack Jones has had 2 of the most memorable plays this Dolphin season, the punch-out and the INT.
Hey, fellas, I led Fulton County in rushing touchdowns on a 3-7 team my senior year.
I'm talking NFL football here, Jack. Finally, from USA Today, is this an overreaction or closer to reality? The Dolphins' decision to gamble on 4th and goal was not a bad one. It's certainly much easier to stomach now that Miami made plays afterwards to walk out of Madrid with a victory. But Mike McDaniels and Miami's decision to gamble on 4th and goal from the Washington 1-yard line with less than 2 minutes to play wasn't a bad one. The execution, not good at all. Miami turned and handed off to rookie running back Ollie Gordon on 4th and goal, and he was stuffed. That Gordon carry came after Devon Achane was stuffed on the previous 3rd and goal snap from the Commanders' 1-yard line. Again, poor execution. There's a conversation to be had about whether or not the Dolphins trust Tua Tagovailoa to make a throw to win a game in that spot. But the logic on rolling the dice made sense. Miami felt a touchdown would win the game and wanted to deliver the knockout blow right then and there.
A touchdown would win the game, but both teams only scored 1 touchdown in 58 minutes of play.
Which is why a touchdown would win the game.
It's the thing with context with coaching decisions. Like, that's what I get. It kind of gets on my nerves. To call me old. When they put that little box up in the bottom of the screen that says, oh, the analytics say 61% of the time, all that. Is that little computer watching the game? Because I watched 2 offenses that were sputtering. You haven't got but 13 points. Go get 16 points. You're going to give them the ball with 130 and some change. I don't know if Marcus Mariota can go and get those 40 yards he needs. I don't believe in him to get it. And if now you go to overtime, they get the ball first. I don't trust my offense to go get any points if they are able to get points. Watching that game, I wouldn't trust the offense. I would say, let me get a lead whenever I can, because I haven't had too many in this game. I think how the game played out, it was a bad decision. I understand the other side of it, but I watched that game from start to finish. That was an impressive football game.
I don't get how you say, and not you, but in general, it was just poor execution. And it was, but it didn't work.
It did not.
To me, sure, you can just chalk it up to, well, poor execution, but you have to, as a head coach, know that your team doesn't execute that very well and very often. They just don't. I know what the stat that was put in our chat earlier, that they're 13 for 13 on goal-to-go situations, but entering this season, no team in the NFL was worse on short yardage situations than the Miami Dolphins in the Mike McDaniel era. So over 3 years, this team wasn't great. And what's the weakest part of this Miami Dolphins team? It's the offensive line. So to put the game in the hands of the offensive line and to run it behind Jonas Savaiinaia, who has consistently been up and down and for the most part mediocre. He's gotten better, but for the most part mediocre. Again, it just doesn't make sense to me. The Dolphins haven't proven that they can win a game with that play. So sure, Mike McDaniel puts the trust and the faith into his team. I admire that. I genuinely do. And I like him being ballsy. I like it. But overall, it's not just poor execution. He has to know my team doesn't execute this play. So why am I going to let them or give them the opportunity to? I don't understand it.
To use poor execution as an excuse or explanation for something not working is crazy, because every coordinator that ever called a play in the history of football has said, I got him on this one. They never think, this is a sack for loss. No. When McDaniel called that play in, he thought it was going to be a touchdown. And then you have, to your point, Solana, you have to know Sabanakinaya is not going to block the dude in front of him into the end zone, and he's going to get busted in his face.
But I think Ollie Gordon's probably saying to him, hey, just give me the rock. I'm bringing it in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is, because someone had texted in earlier, hey, this is, it was a bad decision because he's showing you he doesn't trust the defense. And I'm like, well, conversely, though, maybe he's showing you he does trust the offense. You know what I mean? Like, I could play both sides of that argument. You could say, oh, he doesn't trust the defense. He trusts the defense because they were good. I do believe, though, if you said to me with 1:40 to go, does a touchdown win this game for sure? The answer is yes. Mm-hmm. Does a field goal win this game for sure? The answer is no, because they only have to go, like you said, 35, 40 yards. So I think he was just trying to secure a victory when all he needed was 1 yard.
And Ollie Gordon, to his point, it's why he's got so far in life. He should feel as if I can go get 36 inches.
Sure.
We played the Houston Texans in Houston, and Andre Johnson was there. And they said, hey, Crowder, he's going to run stutter on the mic out of trips and any third down. It's their play. You got him? I said, yeah, coach, I got him. Andre had 3 touchdowns that game, Hawk.
Yeah, but if you didn't have him, he'd have 5. See, you had him.
I don't mind him, by the way, trusting the offense more than the defense. He commands the offense. So I'm sure. Cool with him saying, no, I'm going to win this game.
Right.
I have no problem with that. I don't think it's a disrespect to the defense.
No, I'm here. I'm an offensive genius. I was brought in to be an offensive genius. I've got the offense rolling. We've got 13 points. Like, yeah, I'm going to get that ball in the end zone.
This concept is ego y'all are speaking about. This is ego. I'm talking about gameplay. My defense has held them to 13. I have mustered up 13. Let me trust that side of the ball because it makes more damn sense.
All right, we're going to get headlines here. There is some breaking news. Virginia Tech, according to ESPN, Virginia Tech and James Franklin are finalizing an agreement for him to be the school's next head football coach.
Hey, what's the little owl-looking man on the ESPN, the little old owl college football guy, Paul
Owl.
Oh, you're talking about Feinbaum?
Paul Feinbaum?
Feinbaum. He said Lane Kiffin wants to go to Florida. He wants to be a Gator, but he's scared that it'll mess him up because he has to go to the college football playoffs now, and they're going to hire somebody before him.
I don't know that he wants to leave Ole Miss. I really don't.
I wouldn't, because that quarterback's a monster. Trinidad, whatever his name is.
And I feel like Lane Kiffin has finally found that place where he can just be the Steve Spurrier or the Bobby Bowden of Ole Miss. Like, he can just turn them into like the perennially exciting team that's always in the conversation.
Yeah. Is Ole Miss, is Florida that bigger of a brand than Ole Miss? I mean, for us it is, but we're in the state of Florida. And
I think for SEC brands, Solana's right. We're talking uniquely in the state of Florida here. I think the SEC brands, Ole Miss, LSU, like I think there might be something more there.
Well, Florida might have more cachet.
You just hate. Listen, the brand of it. You go back. You just brought it up, Hawk. You go back to the 90s.
I'm talking about it with Solana, though. Because
you go back to the 90s with Spurrier and Warfel and them boys. Then you come around to Tebow and Urban and them 2 championships. We're talking about, yes, they're the cream of the crop in college football.
SEC fans never took the Danny Werfel.
If we were talking basketball, Hawk, I'd say for sure Florida got it, right?
Absolutely,
yeah, basketball school.
Football, though, I think Ole Miss might be a higher cachet job.
Yeah, Florida hangs with like the Vandy's, I think, of the world, the Mississippi States of the world.
You take 100 college football fans around the nation and say, Florida, they're yelling Gators. You say Ole Miss, they might say Buffaloes. They don't even know their mascot.
I don't know if I know their mascot.
Rebels.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate that, Jimmy. All right, let's get headlines with Solana, brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
Way to let that joke sit, Jimmy.
Appreciate you
man.
jumping right in there, Jimmy.
No problem.
Yeah, you don't want to let the funny line sit there for even a half a second, huh?
Nope.
I don't even know if I know the Rebels.
Paul Feinbaum looks like an owl.
Yeah, I can see that.
Little baby owl.
Him and Colel Ware. they favor.
He's a pigeon.
No,
Khalil's a pigeon.
I was
that
gonna
is
let
an
it
owl.
ride for
Oh.
you. Yeah. Then you were doing the wrong animal sound.
Yeah.
So.
Who does?
Yeah.
That's a pigeon.
Pigeon.
Yeah. And then an owl just says, ooh, ooh.
There was a head coach for the Dolphins looked like an owl too.
That was Joe Philbin.
Philbin was a little baby owl.
he
Him
was
and Feinbaum are little baby owls.
Ooh, ooh. Isn't that an owl? Ooh, ooh.
Isn't it more like hoot?
Oh, hoot.
Yeah, a lot of T's in the owl's mouth.
No, I think he's right. I think it's hoot, hoot. Yeah, because the FAU owls do hoot, hoot.
I read a book on owls.
Yeah.
It was called
I think it
Hoot.
is. I think it is hoot.
Hooted.
You know that animal noises, depending on language, sound different.
Is that so?
So, for example, in English, a dog is woof,
Right.
They bark woof. In Spanish, it's a guau guau.
Really?
I swear, it's fascinating.
But it sounds that way.
Yeah, like if you're in,
In other words,
if you're in Cuba,
right?
They don't woof. They wow wow.
But I'm saying if I took an American dog to Cuba and he made a noise, it would go row row.
Well, no, I mean they just wouldn't be able to communicate. The American dog and the Cuban dog.
I see. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does to me.
A sheep in English, bah.
Right.
In Spanish, bah.
Oh, it makes sense. What?
Y'all ain't got no damn sense.
It makes sense.
So 2 Rottweilers, one born in Cuba, one born in America. They won't bark the same.
Correct.
He'll say roof, and in Cuba he'll say wow
American.
wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow wow.
They wouldn't be able to communicate with one another either, Crowder.
Well, that makes sense.
It'd be very, very, very difficult for them to do anything together. The more you know.
The more you know.
You guys see the benches clear in the Red Wings Rangers game last night? Just a quick detour from
Was that after the game?
From the NFL. So it was right as the final buzzer rang, or what's it called in hockey? Is it a buzzer?
Yeah, the buzzer beater.
The horn. So the Red Wings win, and the horn, I have it written down here. After the final horn, the puck was shot into the empty net by the Red Wings player. They were winning 2-1, and they won the game. They just shoot the puck into the net, and the Rangers bench cleared and attacked him for doing that. I guess it's an unwritten rule. You don't shoot it into the empty net.
Well, after the horn.
After the horn, correct. And it just struck me as what baseball players think they're doing. When the dugout's clear, hockey players actually did, which was come out and kick some effing ass.
Yeah, they actually fight.
Yeah.
Just a couple NFL notes aside from the Dolphins, because we haven't even touched on a lot of what's going on. The Broncos are for real.
I don't know. They keep winning. At some point, you got to go, well, they're like, what are they? 9-3?
9-2.
9-2.
9-2.
I mean, holy mackerel. At some point, like the Bears, too. I don't know if you saw the Bears win again yesterday, but they're like 7-4.
Their defense, I was watching this morning, they're in the conversation for the most sacks in an NFL season for a team. Their defense, Pat Surtain Jr. hasn't even been playing, and they're giving up like 14 points a game. Like, they're a stupid defense. This Bo Nix is playing with fire every damn game.
Yeah, but I mean, the sack numbers are insane, by the way. It's like an incredible difference between them and the next team over the past 3 years or 2 years. But here's what's happening. They're going to go to the playoffs because they're 8-2. They have a 3.5 game lead on Kansas City.
9-2.
Excuse me, 9-2. The Chiefs, fellas, might not make the playoffs. And I'm not saying this as in like the Chiefs are done, because I saw yesterday somebody was like they lack aura, which I just think is ridiculous. I mean, they're losing games and maybe they're not the same team, but they might actually end up out of the playoffs because they're 2-4 in the AFC. The Broncos have a 3.5 game lead over them on the division, plus the head-to-head. They're 9th. The 3 teams ahead of them, Bills, Chargers, Jags, all beat the Chiefs.
Right.
So all those teams have the head-to-head against them. So unless they not win out, but they genuinely have to win a lot of games.
They could win out. Jacksonville can fall off in a big way. Like, there's ways for it to happen, but there is a pathway to no playoffs for Kansas City. That's
they play
very
the Colts.
real.
They play the Colts next week.
Yeah.
Automatic wild card. They're in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're done. I'm just saying the path for them to get to the playoffs genuinely is tough, and they're not playing great football. Jared Goff played one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback play last night on Sunday Night Football. I don't know how much of that game you guys watched, but it was embarrassing.
Yeah. Wow, I flipped that in the Bulls.
Well, listen, Jalen Phillips and Jalen Carter and them boys up front didn't make it very easy for him.
Jalen Phillips, man, that guy is the happiest guy on the planet.
And he doubled down.
You see that? They asked him after the game. They're like, you said that being traded to Philadelphia was the best thing in your life. You still mean that? He's like, I'm doubling down.
It'd be funny if they asked him that after every game now.
For the rest of his career.
Every game. Anybody have any strong takes on Shedeur Sanders finally getting into the game and
he stunk,
not looking good?
Not defending him, but the report that he hasn't taken one snap with the starters his entire time in Cleveland, that's a little puzzling.
Well, Skip Bayless came out with a video on Twitter today. This is no joke. Skip Bayless, because I just texted it to a pal. Shedeur is a franchise quarterback. I saw it Sunday. It's 13 minutes of Skip explaining why.
13 minutes.
I didn't get through 1 second. I just love the headline. But Skip Bayless and Josina Anderson are all in on Shedeur Sanders.
I told you Shedeur is going to start before the end of the season. I think he's one of the best 32 quarterbacks in the world.
Well,
but
I think he's going to end up starting. I think he's going to end up starting next Sunday because Dylan Gabriel's in the concussion protocol, so it would lead you to believe that it would be him.
It would be hilarious though if they start Bailey Zappi over Shedeur Sanders.
His lesson is taught, man. Let the damn boy play football.
Who's the coach again? Stefanski, right? Yeah, he'll get fired if he does that, I think, because the fan base is. I mean, they're booing Dylan Gabriel.
Right.
They're booing him.
If you watched Shedeur Sanders yesterday, it looked like a third-string quarterback who was coming in, and he didn't look good.
Dylan Gabriel's going into the blue tent, got his head ringing, and the fans are booing him. According to several reports, he had never taken first-team reps. The O-line was saying that was the first time they'd ever heard him call play.
Now that's on Stefanski. That's ridiculous. And Dylan Gabriel's not Byron Leftwich either. He's a little dude.
But in other words, has Quinn Ewers, other than the week that he was elevated, does he get first team snaps if he's the third string quarterback all season?
Not the third, but going into this game, Shedeur Sanders should have worked with the first team as a second string.
He's the backup. I got
when Flacco was there, no, hell no. Third string quarterbacks don't even need to wear shoulder pads to practice.
Right.
But now that he's the backup, you got to give him some burn because you don't know what's going to happen.
I don't get this notion, though, that Stefanski doesn't want to play Shedeur. Like, if he was genuinely showing them something behind the scenes that he had legitimate NFL ability right now, he'd be playing. Because Dylan Gabriel doesn't look good. So I just don't think he's good right now. Or maybe he's not committed to doing all the other things that a quarterback has to do behind the scenes? I don't know, Crowder, but I mean, he didn't look good yesterday, but it's one game. I'm not going to write him off. But what does Stefanski have to lose? They stink anyways. Dylan Gabriel's not saving his job.
Dylan Gabriel went 3rd round. Shedeur went 5th round. The reports were that the ownership wanted to draft Shedeur and not the GM or the head coach. Like, I don't usually go this route, but I think it's a lot of BS going on behind closed doors in Cleveland because it's just it's too much stuff coming out that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't happen on good teams.
And finally, another big NFL headline: Jamar Chase spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey punches him. He gets ejected. Steelers blew out the Bengals. Chase, after the game, denied spitting on him. But anybody that's seen the video, like,
he
it's
absolutely
pretty clear.
spat on him.
Yeah.
It was,
Totally
absolutely. There's no way around it. You watched it.
Yep.
He's going to say, I'm guessing, when he sees the video, that was gum that flew out of my mouth. I was just jawing with him. It was gum that flew out, or it must have just sprayed. Like, it was certainly not intentional. But he spat on him. There's no question.
Yeah. And talkers get under people's skin, and then when you can't talk anymore and you run out of cuss words, you got to do something and you get spat on. That's nasty. I look at spitters differently.
Yeah.
When you spit on a man, you lose respect in my mind.
Yep. I think for a lot of people.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it to Jamar. I'm gonna be his best friend if I ever see him. But
of course, we know.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all this on air though. I'm saying it.
Understood.
Deny it if I see him though.
The Heat play tonight. They got the Knicks at home. It's another Vice night. And the Panthers play the Canucks tonight, 7 p.m. Panthers will be on AM 560 with Doug Plagans and Billy Lindsay. And the Heat will be on FM 104.3 with Jason Jackson and Amy Audibert. I'll have your pregame show starting at 6:15 live from the Kaseya Center.
All right.
Your weather in South Florida right now, partly cloudy. I just want to mention really quickly, I know we're up against it, but shout out to my FIU Panthers. I was on the call, and it's the first time they beat Liberty ever in the history of that program. It was an overtime thriller, awesome game. They hadn't won a homecoming game since 2019. They hadn't won 5 games since 2019. They haven't gone to a bowl game since 2019. They're 1 win away with 2 games remaining.
Pause up, baby. You're on a roll, man.
Yeah, and Willie Simmons, again, I know people don't really care too much about FIU football compared to the Canes, who also deserve credit for a big win. But Willie Simmons, he is doing things at FIU. So I just want to give him a little shout out.
Man, you got your pickleball championship. You got FIU. You called the game. It was a good dub for the Panthers. I mean, your Riley Patterson is knocking down game-winning field goals.
Yeah,
you're doing something right, man.
Yes, sir.
You should be wearing what Ryan Clark is wearing today. You should be coming here in a full leather suit and a bolo tie. Man, he I gotta see if that's like a full-length coat or if that's a sport jacket. I gotta know.
He doesn't wear his suits more than once.
Right.
So what does he do with that?
There's
services that you can subscribe to where
he buys them all, gets them custom made, so they're made to he has a dude named Andre that makes all his suits, but at the end of the year he gives all his suits that he's worn and not going to wear again, he gives them to a boys home in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Wow.
Good for him.
Which is pretty, and them are a couple them are $1,000 suits. Them ain't no Men's Warehouse.
Right. No, nothing wrong with a Men's Warehouse suit though.
All mine are from Men's Warehouse, so I just use myself. Yeah.
That's my joint.
You don't like the way you look?
Jimmy. That was a good one.
That was funny.
That was a good one.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll give away Heat tickets in the next segment. We'll have one more pair in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour as well. So don't go anywhere. I'll tell you, stock up and stock down for the Miami Dolphins as well. So we'll come back for a quick segment next.
If you want a good time, I'm going to tell you where I've been going for 20 years for that great time, and it's Tootsie's Cabaret, the largest strip club in the entire world. That's the truth. I'm not just saying it. 2 levels, 2 floors of wonderful entertainment, delicious food. They have $100 bottles, half-price drinks every day until 8 p.m. Oh, no, yeah. They're open from noon till 6 a.m. So it's 18 hours of delicious food, great drink deals, and beautiful entertainers everywhere. Y'all got to get to Tootsie's. There's a sports bar in the back. They got pool tables, 4 full liquor bars, stages everywhere. Get to Tootsie's Cabaret. You are missing out. And during football season, really year-round, every sport, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, MMA, UFC, if it is anything on TV, it'll be on the TV because they got about 6 dozen TVs all around Tootsie's. Get over to Tootsie's Cabaret. And Canes and Fins games now. Bring your ticket to a Canes or a Fins game. Tootsie's is right around the corner from Hard Rock. You want to go tailgate there, not worry about the rain or the bugs or the heat or whatever. Go to Tootsie's before the game. Go after the game. They're going to be open because they're open till 6 a.m. Go there, tailgate there, bring your ticket. You get in free all day long. They have a club luxury transportation service to and from home games with reservations and purchase VIP tickets. You have to go to Tootsie's Cabaret on Sundays as well. So you go into the Canes game. If it's Dolphin game at home, go a little early because from noon till 5 p.m. on Sundays, there's a tailgate takeover, $10 menu, chicken wings, $10. Smash burger fries, fried shrimp fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos, all $10 from noon to 5 p.m. Free cover. I'm telling you, Tootsie's is going to watch out for you throughout the entire week, throughout Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays. Go to Tootsie's Cabaret. You can't beat Tootsie's, and the entertainment is always going to be amazing. Go to TootsiesCabaret.com for more information.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Khalil?
Whoa! Oh, Eddie Money. Canes are on the road this Saturday at Vatech, so you've got all week to get some new Canes gear at Canes Wear in Davie, so you look fresh for wherever you'll be watching the final 2 games of the season. Or you can shop online at caneswear.com. And the Dolphins, 2 wins in a row. I mean, it's a victory Monday. They're on a bye this week, but then they'll be home hosting New Orleans, and there are still 3 more Fins home games this season. So make sure you get to Canes Wear in Davie, because it's not just Canes merch. It's Dolphins, obviously. It's Inter Miami. It's Heat. It's Hurricanes basketball. It's Marlins. And, of course, plenty of merch from the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Canes Wear in Davie has it all. And when you're starting to think of what to get your friends and family for Christmas, you could do all your holiday shopping at Canes Wear in Davie, or online at caneswear.com. Shirts, hats, jerseys, shorts, hoodies for you, the entire family, all your friends, even pets. They've got it all at Canes Wear. Visit the store in Davie. They're on University Drive. They're right next to La Spada's, or you can shop online at caneswear.com. And honestly, they've got anything Canes you can think of. So if you have a Canes fan on your holiday list, make it a point to get to Canes Wear, or shop online at caneswear.com. Canes Wear, the spot South Florida sports fans shop. All right, let's give away a pair of Heat tickets, and we'll have one more pair in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour. It is Heat and Warriors, maybe Jimmy Butler. Who knows? Solana doesn't think he'll play, but you never know. Heat and Warriors Wednesday at the Kaseya Center. They've got the Knicks tonight at the Kaseya Center. Is tonight tournament play or no? That over with?
NBA Cup is only Tuesdays and Fridays, Hoch.
All right. So let me know when it's Tuesdays and Fridays so I can remember that, because that doesn't seem to be taking hold yet.
And the tournament is played, of course, collegiately. That is in March.
The March Madness tournament?
Mm-hmm.
They don't call this the tournament?
They do not. They call it the NBA Cup.
Oh. Can I get you to stop fiddling with your microphone all show long?
I do.
I know. I don't know what, but it's annoying.
But you don't hear it.
Well, yes, you do.
No, I don't think you do.
Yeah.
You absolutely
you can.
hear it.
I don't hear it.
Well, that's not possible.
You're
hear it?
slow.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that. You're constantly fiddling with the microphone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, stop doing that.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, no, just
I don't do it on purpose. I do it subconsciously. Like, what are
You're
you gonna
doing
do?
it again.
What are you gonna do? Tie my hands down? I mean,
No,
it's hard.
I'm making you aware of it. So now that you stop,
Okay.
And if you don't
Just
stop,
don't do it.
You stop.
Okay. All right.
I'm like my kids. Why are you talking in class? I don't know. I don't know why. Just stop talking then. It's easy.
I'll give you a pow pow.
That's what you need. Pow pows get adjustments.
Yeah, I'll give you a pow pow.
Touch your mic again. Hawk's gonna come over there.
Touch that mic again.
I'll touch it.
I'll take that championship belt of yours and I'll smack your ass with it.
No, you won't.
I'll give you a championship belt ass smacking.
The most you can do with this belt is look at it, Hoch. That's the most you can do with this belt right here.
All right, can I give away these tickets so we can get to the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour and Solana can get out of here and go to the Kaseya Center?
Yeah, go ahead.
What caller number you want to take? Heat and Warriors, Kaseya Center, Wednesday night.
14. Baby Goat got his toe cut off.
There you go. Caller, I don't know what happened there, but caller 14 for Tyler Hero. What happened with the toe getting cut off?
Didn't have a toe.
He had 6 toes. That's what Solana said. He had 6 toes. 1 toe got cut off, and now he's healthy.
That is actually 100% true. I forgot about that. He didn't have 6 toes. He had an extra.
Nobody cares. 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller number 14 gets 2 tickets. Heat and Warriors, Wednesday night, 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up next. Do not go. And you're going to have one more chance to win Heat Warriors tickets in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour. So don't go anywhere.
Hey, y'all love delicious food. I know you do, because who doesn't? Why are you not going to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market? They have been blessing South Florida in Hollywood, Florida now, blessing us South Floridians since 1951 with everything you love to eat. The lamb, the beef, the veal, pork, poultry, duck, turkey, lobster, shrimp, fish, alligator, venison, crabs, clams, oysters, scallops, stone crab season now. You know I love me some stone crabs. My wife's favorite meal. They have all the sizes, the freshest, the biggest. They make them for you. They'll crack them for you. They get the mustard sauce. I'll talk about stone crabs for an hour. Go to DelawareChicken.com. They have the entire menu there. DelawareChicken.com. They have prepared food as well. Burgers and sandwiches, fried chicken, roasted chicken. They have sides. The sides are made in-house daily and fresh. The kitchen is, they know what they're doing back there. The dips, the buffalo chicken dip is amazing. I love it. I got to give it love, but that smoked fish dip now, smoked tuna dip is the best fish dip in the world. You got to try the smoked tuna dip at Delaware. Go to DelawareChicken.com. See the entire menu. DelawareChicken.com. When you know what you want, call them in advance. 954-983-6831. That's 954-983-6831. Place your order. It'll be packaged and ready when you get there. Curbside delivery. They'll bring it to your car, because all Jose wants to do is what him and his amazing staff has been doing for me since 05 and want to do for you for the rest of your life. Get delicious food back to any function you're having. Tailgate, watch party, family dinner, romantic dinner, yacht provisions. Beautiful boat on a beautiful day. Have the best food in South Florida, and it's at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They are located on 441, 1 block south of Sterling Road now. Support local. They've been there since 1950s. Get down there. Grab your Crowder powder. They carry Crowder powder, all 3 blends of my seasoning. Get down to Delaware and tell them Crowder sent you.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
You guys seen new Mozart is dropping soon?
He's dead.
Yow! 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery.
Yes, sir.
Anybody go there yesterday for the half smokes? Text us if you did, or put it on the chat. The half smokes during the Dolphins Washington game that they were serving up at Funky Buddha, the tap room in Oakland Park. In fact, couple things going on tonight at Funky Buddha. Dan Day will be hosting trivia. Our own Dan Day, and
Yes.
the Panthers, they're home tonight, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
You can go to Funky Buddha, the little tap room at the Amerant Bank Arena tonight if you are lucky enough to be going to the Panthers game. So a lot of action.
I went fishing with Lil Chan yesterday down in Fort Lauderdale, and the captain was a little late, so we were already by the 15th Street Fishery. They have Funky Buddha, and Southport Raw Bar has Funky Buddha.
I mean, the time of your life.
I was just jumping around, eating oysters and drinking Funky Buddha.
I was with a friend of mine. He was in town. We went to college together. He was in town over the weekend. He's heard me a million times on the show talk about Funky Buddha, and we were at a bar, and they had Funky Buddha on the menu. I said, "Here's your chance. You get to try." I think it was Floridian. Floridian's one of the more popular flavors at a bar. We have one more pair of tickets for Heat Warriors. There's a couple bits of breaking news for the 5 o'clock headlines here. Solana's on his way to the Kaseya Center. Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com. So we were talking about Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey getting into it, and Jamar Chase, the video kind of shows him spitting on Jalen Ramsey. He has been suspended for one game. According to Tom Pelissero, the NFL is suspending Jamar Chase for one game for unsportsmanlike conduct after he was caught on video spitting on Steelers DB Jalen Ramsey. Barring a successful appeal, Chase is now set to miss Sunday's game versus the Patriots. So that's a big loss there.
It is a big loss, but I got spat on and nothing happened to the guy.
Was there video?
There was video. You see his neck. It was low definition. I'm too old.
See, it's different. Yeah, different times, man. Nowadays, you get everything. You get like 50 different angles. You get high def. Yeah, it was your word against his, and your word, I guess, didn't carry the same kind of weight.
No, and I got fined. I think that fine was $25,000 when I went crazy in the game, and they had to pick me up, and they fined me for that. Ray Anderson's goofy tail. I think he's passed. God rest his soul. But yeah, he fined me a bunch of money.
Now, another bit of breaking news before I get to the rest of the headlines, I guess three pieces of breaking news. Virginia Tech is finalizing a deal to hire James Franklin. So you'll have him to contend with in the ACC again. What are they talking about? LeBron. Oh, LeBron's going back to the Lakers. He went to the G League.
Okay.
He went to the G League. Sciatica. But the other piece of breaking news, I was sad when I read this. This bums me out. Shams Charania, ESPN, tweets out, San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama has a left calf strain and is expected to be sidelined for a few weeks, according to sources. And the reason it bummed me out, I have loved watching him play. I was telling Solana as he was getting ready to leave, I like watching him on defensive possessions. He's that captivating. I mean, whatever side of the court he's on, he's just captivating to watch. I find it a bummer that he's going to be out for a few weeks.
He covers so much ground with how big he is and athletic. Like, he can block a shot he'll be under the goal. A guy shoots a three and he gets a hand on it. It's going to be injury. Huck, we kind of talk about it. His downfall will be injury.
His entire career, his body size would lead you to his body makeup, I should say, leads you to believe that he's going to miss extended periods of time every season. You just hope he's around for the playoffs.
Yeah. My problem with him and KD is that they don't have calves. So how do they have calf strains? Like big calves get strained. Them little bitty peanuts shouldn't be strained.
Rest of the headlines. Dolphins beat the Commanders 16-13. We've talked about it all afternoon. So now they've got a bye week, and then they'll have the Saints a week from Sunday. So they've got, 2 weeks to get ready for Spencer Rattler or whoever. Who's it? Shuck? I guess Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
Got 2 weeks to get ready for him. What would you put the line at that game at?
Is that in New Orleans?
No, it's here, right? I think it's here.
Oh, Dolphins, not a touchdown. I give them 5.5.
I think they're going to be
Saints are
touchdown favorites. I think they're going to be touchdown favorites.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
the game's here, by the way.
Yeah. I think they're
at
going to
home.
be
They're going to get 3. I say no. Throw 2 on that 3. Yeah, about 4.5, 5.5.
You're forgetting this is the hottest team in the NFL, according to USA Today.
That's ridiculous.
Give it up for my guy Jack Jones. Got the INT. That is my guy Jack Jones. And he's on the elevator at the and the bummer news from the Dolphins. Juju Brents has to have season-ending foot surgery. So what was a fun story? He balled out. What was it? The Buffalo game that he balled out? Yeah, I think so. Right?
Yeah, that was Buffalo. He had to pick. They had to pick in the end zone. Yeah.
What else we got? Heat tonight. Heat and Knicks tonight. You will hear the game here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Jalen Brunson is out. OG Anunoby is out. Bam out. Tyler Hero's out. Let me look at what the line is. You want to guess what the line is for tonight's game?
Ooh, Heat. No, Jalen Brunson's out. Yeah, still Heat. No, Knicks by 3.5.
Heat 1.5 point favorites.
Oh, hey, that's good.
Let's see. Karl Anthony Towns 28.5 is the over under. Norman Powell 25.5. Jaime Jaquez Jr. 17.5. That's amazing. Oh, let me see the Bulls. I think the Bulls are on the second night of a back-to-back. They had a double overtime loss in Utah last night. And now the second game of the back-to-back is in Denver. And that is notoriously a black hole for NBA teams on the second night of a back-to-back. And you're coming off a double overtime game. The Bulls are 13.5-point dogs at Denver. I think I would pick Denver there, laying the points.
Yes. That's a tough little run there, boy.
And I had Josh Giddey over 20.5 yesterday, and that covered. He's 19.5 tonight, but I have a feeling because that was his first game back after a couple games missed. This is one of those games, man. The altitude coming off the double OT. This might be a stay away game. This is a game. I'm going Matas Buzelis over 14.5. He ended with like 16 or 18 last night, but I have a feeling he's going to pick up some of the slack tonight. I'm going to go Buzelis over. Giddey double-double is minus 130. He's been like minus 250 on double-doubles. That's not bad.
And he's not a hustle deep rebound guy. He'll get 10 points, hell, just being out there.
Yeah, easy. 10 assists, too. He's been dishing there. Although Kobe White's back in the lineup, so that takes away some of his ball handling. I don't know. I think Buzelis over, though. I like the boozy over tonight.
You just like Buzelis.
I like the boozy over. What can I tell you? Hurricanes, they beat NC State on Saturday. Canes Hoops lost to UF last night. That was a nationally televised game. That was the first loss of the season for Jay Lucas. And they hung with them for a little bit, but Florida just a little too deep on that one. Panthers and Canucks tonight, 7 p.m. at the Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Panthers game tonight is on 5:60 a.m., and the Heat game tonight is on 104.3 FM. Couple of notes from the NFL weekend. Michael Penix Jr. apparently suffered another season-ending injury. I saw something along the lines of that's his fifth season-ending injury out of 8 seasons of collegiate and pro football. That's something that you have to be worried about if
It's gonna. And when we get to the Tua, the same part of the body as Tua, but he's that guy now if he stays healthy, and he's nowhere close to good as Tua was if he's healthy.
And Monday Night Football tonight, Dallas at Vegas. Raiders are 3.5-point dogs at home. I think Dallas beats up on them tonight.
Me as well.
I like Dallas minus 3.5. I just think they beat up on them tonight.
What's the Dallas team over? I might go Dallas and the team over. I think I'm with you. I think they rail them.
Cowboys team total. Hold on.
Yeah,
this is what I like. Now we're talking my language.
You always pull me in. I was fighting the Buzelis. I can't fight this one.
Cowboys total points 26.5 is minus 125. 27.5 is plus 110. It's a lot of points.
That is a lot.
They've been scoring a lot of points, but that's a lot of points.
They're getting to 30 easy.
Solana says Boozy has to go up against Aaron Gordon tonight. Tough matchup. That is true. I just think Boozy's going to end up. This Billy Donovan, for whatever reason, is giving Boozy limited minutes. It's certainly not because of his play. He's getting shadow banned, but he's not getting as many minutes as he should be getting or what he was getting at the beginning of the season. And I understand you got Kobe White back now, and Josh Giddey is playing out of his mind, and Vooch is having a good season, but I feel like tonight some guys are going to get rests. Like Kobe White last night was his first game back all season, and he had a minutes restriction, and Billy Donovan, just blew past the minutes restriction because it was double overtime, and Kobe White was having a game. I feel like he just runs Boozy into the ground tonight, and Boozy has a chance to go over. I think it's 14.5. For whatever reason, I don't think Billy Donovan loves Matas Buzelis, so I think he treats him like a second-class citizen.
He has something personal against him, or he just wants to win with the best players on the court?
Well, if that was the case, Boozy would be out there 48 minutes. That's all I'm saying. Let's give away a pair of Heat Warriors tickets right now. Final one of the day. Heat Warriors Wednesday night at the Kaseya Center. What caller number do you want to take here, Crowder?
Let's take 17.
Caller 17. Make Jimmy work for it. 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller number 17 gets a pair of Heat Warriors tickets for Wednesday night at the Kaseya Center. Weather is sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Ruud AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. 76 degrees in Miami right now, getting down to the low 60s tonight. Mid 60s tonight. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, it'll be mid 60s as well. About 65 degrees at 7 a.m., warming up to the low 80s during the day tomorrow in Miami. Clay Ferraro from Local 10 is going to talk some Dolphins with us in the next segment, and we can talk about Dolphins and the Mike McDaniel decision and all the hoo-ha that went along with a Victory Monday that hasn't felt much like a Victory Monday. I feel like we've picked apart the Dolphins for 3 hours and 16 minutes, but they are in the midst of a win streak, man. 2-game win streak. So how about that? Clay Ferraro will join us in the next segment, so do not go anywhere.
The Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall, my folks over there, Chris Atkins, who's the GM, Teddy Morris, who's the big man over there, they just want to save you money. The showdown on the Sawgrass, and they are coming out just to save us money. Starts with the 2024 Chevy Silverado and the 2024 GMC Sierra, and you could win both. Huge deals with $15,000 off these beautiful trucks. You know I love trucks. Then they got the 2025 Chevy Equinox. It got a knockout lease deal. You can lease an Equinox for just $189 a month, or an Encore now. It has a show-stopping lease deal. Only $139 a month. Then they said, you know what? Let me throw them in. The grand finale. My man Chris Atkins said 0% financing on select models at Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. When brands battle, you win. Silverado and Sierra is up to $15,000 off. Equinox is $189 a month. Encore is $139 a month. And steal the show 0% financing. Deals this good? Come on now. All they want to do is help you out, help you save money. And remember, I'm telling you, I tell y'all all the time, be backed by Morse. To the trade-in, to the lease, to the sale, to the service, to the help when you're on the lot. It is a great feeling to be backed by Morse.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Is there any possibility that Billy the Marlin is a bird?
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall studio.